I forgot to hit the unmute. Oh my God. Okay, let me just hit the record button again. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Timurler15, and welcome to another one of my famous, not really, rant streams where I rant about whatever the fuck I want. Usually movies, sometimes games, and of course, current events when it comes to gaming. And we have quite a bit to talk about today because holy shit, like. Oh, I know you guys already know what a few of the topics are going to be, but damn, like, I can't wait to rip into these. Oh, goodness. But anyway, yes, we're going to rant about Toy Story 5, about GTA 6, and Supergirl, and even more about the Power lawsuit. Yes, yes, and other things. Because, damn. But hi, Poisonous Maple, uh, Angry Patrick, Shiotihi8303. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your username. Hi everyone. Hold on, what is this? Oh, here we go. But yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, it's been a while. 3 weeks actually. 3 weeks since my last rant stream. But yeah, let's get into it. But before we do, I do need to explain why I was very late. I'm so sorry about this. Um, See, I don't really have an excuse for this, but it is an explanation. Like, I was gonna use like the last like right before the stream, which was supposed to be almost 90 minutes ago, I was gonna use like the 90 or so minutes before that to like prepare the stream, but then I unexpectedly had to go and help my had to unexpectedly go and drive my stepfather all the way to a city 45 minutes away from here to pick up a car that had been that the mechanic had just fixed, and I had to drive 45 minutes back. So unfortunately, that was like 90 minutes, not even 90 minutes actually. That's 90 minutes minimum. We're talking like more like 120 minutes, so like 2 hours because it was like rush hour time too. That did not help. So that was like basically 2 hours I wasted. 2 hours I was going to use to prepare for the stream. I could have done it earlier, but again, I didn't know that I had to help him until like literally not long before the stream started. So shit. Like damn, like just bad timing. But anyway, but it is what it is. So I just want to explain that to you guys. Again, not a complete excuse, but like my plans were just fucked up. So yeah, that wasn't fun. Like there were like originally the car was supposed to be delivered here, but somehow the mechanic or one of his employees lost the key, so they couldn't drive the car back. It was just a mess. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. Normally I'm not this late, like maybe 30 minutes, 60 minutes at most. We're talking, but like here it's like almost 90 minutes. It's like, damn, what is going on with me? Well, that's what it is. Yeah, I heard about the earthquakes in Venezuela. I'm so sorry about that to all the people there who suffered from those earthquakes, who died from those earthquakes even. Like, what were they? A 7.1, 7.2 magnitude? Like two of them within like minutes of each other? Like that's terrible. But but yeah, the world is, a mess right now. But then again, what else is new? So let's get into it. New movies I watched. Well, I watched more movies than this, but I did not feel like doing a rant stream on every single one. It just feels draining. It would just feel draining if I did that. So I'll just talk about only two movies today: Toy Story 5 and Supergirl. But I'm gonna save that for like the last part of the stream because there are other things I want to talk about first. But yes, I watched Toy Story 5. I believe it was on Saturday, so 3 days ago, and I watched it with my cousin or boyfriend. Um, I liked it. It wasn't necessary, but I liked it. Better than four, in my opinion, but not as good as the first three, obviously. Um, Supergirl, I watched that yesterday. I was actually gonna watch it today, but then I was like, actually, you know what? Why don't I just do it? I decided to just do it very late last night. Like there was a 9:40 p.m. showing because I felt like it was actually going to be hard for me to watch the movie today because I might have to like pick my stepsister up from work or something else. And I'm so glad I made that call that like made the call to watch the movie like last night because if I had done it today, it would have just thrown another wrench into my plans. Like so, because I knew I was going to have to go out and drive someone somewhere today. So I was like, let me just watch the movie like while I had the chance. Like, granted, I just chose to watch it kind of at the last minute because I was like, it's 9 p.m. I'm not doing anything. I wonder if Supergirls has a late night showing. And then there it was, like 9:40 p.m. at a movie theater, like 5 minutes away from my house. I was like, fuck it, let's do it, just so I can get it out of the way. Um, but yeah, I watched Supergirl. It wasn't good. I'm sorry, it wasn't. I liked it though. I did like it, but it wasn't good. And I watched other people's reviews of it, a few of other people's reviews, and man, everyone just ripped into that movie like damn, like backlash left and right. It was pretty much a box office bomb. Like it's like it bombed. It bombed greatly. Like it had, I think, here, let me look this up because I saw the figures earlier, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting it right. Yeah, I thought ahead. I did. I was like, let me watch Supergirl tonight instead of like the next day, and I'm so glad I did. And plus, I don't really like going out when it's hot anyway. So, but anyway, let's see. It had a budget of. Hold on, let me. Where's the Wikipedia article? There it is. I believe it was 100. Was it 186? Yeah, 170 to 186 million, and then, but it made only like about 66 million dollars at the box office so far anyway. But yeah, it's not doing well. It's really not doing well. Yeah, from what I heard, it did worse than the Marvels and even Morbius, and I was like, ouch. Like, how do you do worse than those two movies? Like James Gunn, what happened? What happened? Yeah, that's right. You did post a review about Supergirl. So yeah, actually, I might even like open that up and go back and like look through it just so I could cover any points I missed. I meant to look at it earlier, but I completely forgot. Sorry, like again, my schedule got all fucked up today. But um, but yeah, you hated the ending of the movie. Like, damn. But yeah, there's just it's just not good. I'm sorry, it's not good. Like I liked it, but it, we're gonna get into this later, but I'll just say it now. Like, whoever wrote the script, yeah, I can tell you had never written anything before. You only had like one writing credit, and it was for a short film years ago. Like, clearly you had practically no writing experience at the time. So why did DC hire you? Why did James Gunn think, oh, this bitch, oh, she should be the writer? What made them think? I can't even be bothered to remember her name. But like, I just, I, we'll get into it later, but yeah, Supergirl, it was a mess, but I did like it. Don't get me wrong, I did like it, but it kind of sucked. I don't think it's the worst movie ever. I mean, it's to me, it was better than Black Adam. I'm not gonna lie, I actually liked it more than Black Adam. I was actually entertained with it compared to Black Adam, which was so fucking mid. It was a mid-ass movie about a mid-ass character played by a mid-ass actor. No, I'm sorry, he's not even a mid-ass actor. He's just a bad actor, period. He's not even an actor. Don't call him an actor because he's not one. Because he's not an actor. Dwayne Johnson can't act. I guess that's why he and Kevin Hart in a lot of movies together. Like their bad actor energy just bounces off each other. But but that's a rant for another day. But yeah, Supergirl. I liked it, but it could have been a lot better. Anyway, before we talk about other things, let me talk about all the new games I bought because holy shit, I bought a lot. So, we got Mario Party 4, Mario Party 5, Mario Party 6. Yes, I decided to go out and get them because you guys know I already have Mario Party 7. I did a live stream of it years ago, like many years ago. It was one of the first ones I did, I think. Like we're talking like over a decade ago, I think. It was a long ass time ago. But I was like, I've never played the other Mario Party GameCube games, so I was like, let me get 4, 5, and 6 from eBay. And yeah, I have them now. So I also got Nice Journey into Dreams for the Wii, which I have not played. I've seen a bit of gameplay of it. The only reason I got it was because like I had the original Knights game on Steam because remember it was part of a Dreamcast collection at one point, which is now delisted. So I was like, okay, let me get the Wii sequel then because there are only two games in the series. So I also got Metroid Prime from the GameCube. Those of you on Discord already know this because I posted an announcement about it. And I got Other M as well for the Wii. I know people hate Other M, but I was like, it's right there in this video game store. It was right there in this video game store I went to, so I was like, why not? I was just curious about it. I was curious about the Metroid series, so I was like, okay, let me get Metroid Prime and Other M, why not? Then I got Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch too. So there's that. And I got Pokemon Legends ZA, the Switch 2 version. Don't worry, because I know how bad the original Switch version is with its lag-induced mess. It's infested with lag. Like it's like you're playing a slideshow. So we're not about to do that. And oh yeah, Metroid Prime 4 had a Switch version as well, but the Switch 2 version, from what I've heard, it has better loading times and better visuals, so that's a plus. But the original one wasn't bad, unlike the original Pokemon Legends ZA. But yeah, I also got Silent Hill Homecoming for the 360, and I got the HD collection for the PS3. So now I have access to Silent Hill 3. Yay! I think I already have Silent Hill 2 for. Is it on Steam? I don't remember. I think it's on. I think I have Silent Hill 2 on. Not the new one, the old one. I mean. Oh no, never mind. I guess I don't have it. I thought I had it. Oh well, whatever. I mean, with the HD collection, I have 2 and 3 anyway, so that I have them both on the PS3. So fuck it. I could have sworn I had it though. Yeah, I would put the Supergirl movie around the same level of quality as Black Adam. Yeah, neither's very good. But honestly, Supergirl had entertained me more. Not gonna lie. What in the world was WB and DC thinking about releasing Supergirl between Toy Story 5 and Minions 3? I don't know. Like, yeah, it was just not a good idea. But yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't defend that. I can't defend that. They fucked up with this movie. Damn. Oh yeah, there's a new Star Fox game, of course. I think I already talked about that in the last stream, but I don't care to get it. At least not right now. There was a discount for it, like it was like $10 off on Amazon Prime Day from June 23rd to June 26th. I was gonna get it, but I was like, not right now. I've already spent enough on games, and I decided to get Metroid Prime 4 instead. But anyway, yes. So now I think I have practically every Silent Hill game now. I have the new one, Silent Hill F or whatever it was called, on the PS5. Silent Hill Homecoming. Oh, I don't have Downpour. That's right. I don't have Downpour, but I do have Homecoming 2 and 3. One on my PSN account for like the PS3 and PSP. I have the PS1 game on that account. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, and the Silent Hill 2 remake, of course. I think there are a few more, but I think I have almost every Silent Hill game now. But oh yeah, and of course I got a bunch of Tekken games because I've been curious about Tekken because Street Fighter is cool, so I'm like maybe I'll like Tekken as well because there's a crossover game with those, which I got. It was a lot of money, like to get the base game and the DLC, like the characters and costumes and shit, as well as a combo editor and stuff. Like all down on PS3. On the PS3 was like $100, but to me it was worth it. Like, and it had a few exclusive characters for the PS3 as well, like the PS3 version that you won't be able to get on the other versions. I was thinking about getting the PC version, but then I heard negative things about it, and I don't even think it's available right now. I think it's temporarily unavailable. I don't remember, but but like but yeah, like I'm glad I got the PS3 version set. I was gonna get the 360 version, but I forgot to get the game before the whole store got delisted. So I was like, damn it. But then I was like, oh wait, I can just play the PS3 version instead because from what I've heard it's actually the best one. So why not? Um what else was I gonna say? But yeah, I have all the Tekken games now. Oh yeah, right. Tekken I have Tekken 1 and 2 on my PS3, the PS1 games of course. Tekken 3 unfortunately got delisted from the PS3 store. But I have it for my on my PS5, so it's all cool. I have Tekken 4 and 5 for the PS2 and the PS5, I think. I don't remember. And I have Dark Resurrection for the PS5 as well. And I think I have it for the PS3 too. Yeah, I have it for both. And Tekken 6 and Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, I had all those on the PS5. So I have pretty much I have every Tekken game. Oh, I also have Tag Tournament 1 and 2. Tag Tournament 2 I have for the PS3. Tag Tournament 1 I have for the PS2. So yes, I have every Tekken game. It's a mess as to how I got all of them, but I do have every single one now. Why? Because I was just curious. I had been collecting Street Fighter games, so I was like, I've been collecting Street Fighter games, so I wanted to get Tekken games too. Um, yeah, it's not even available. That's lame. Oh no, it is available. No, it's not actually. But it's been like that for months though. That's just so weird. It's not available to buy. But whatever. The Street Fighter X second game on Steam, I mean. Okay, but anyway, that's an update on all the games I have now. I recently got, I mean. So let's get into the news. The news, because oh my god, we got some crazy news to cover. What Mario Party game is your favorite? So far it's really 7. I've played a bit of 8. I haven't gone around to playing 9. I have 8 and 9 now. I mentioned in last stream. I have 8 and 9 for the Wii. I have 10 for the Wii U. I have Super Mario Party, and Mario Party Superstars and Mario Party Jamboree all for the Switch. I don't have the Switch 2 version of Mario Party Jamboree because there's no fucking point in getting it because it's not the update you guys think it is. Like it only updates like it's so stupid. It doesn't update the base game to play better on the Switch 2, but it gives you extra stuff but it doesn't update the base game, which is so fucking stupid. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just stick to the Switch version. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I have every mainstream Mario Party game from 4 to Jamboree. I don't have the first 3 on the Nintendo N64. I said Nintendo N64 on the N64, but like here's the thing, like I don't have an N64 to play those games on, and it would be very expensive to get one, let alone get the first 3 Mario Party games. Like it's just gonna cost a lot, and I don't care to get an N64. I hate the controller with a passion. I'm not touching that. And the only other way to get those games is by using the Nintendo Switch online membership, the additional like the extra tier or whatever you call it, where you have access to a bunch of N64 classics like Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, um, Super Mario 64, I think, and Ocarina of Time 64. None of which I care to play. So Yeah, I just stopped from four and then I'm just starting from four and then going from there. So I'm not touching one, two, and three because I don't feel like paying extra to play a bunch of N64 games that I'm probably not even gonna like. Oh well. Anyway, um, but yeah, that's that. So hang on, where did I? Oh, I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. So on to the news. So we have some more news. This was released a few weeks ago, as you can see. We have some more news about the Power World lawsuit because I've talked about it last time and I'm still talking about it because Nintendo just won't let it go. So here we are. Nintendo might get chump change from Power World lawsuit. So okay, I'll read the headline of this article, which was from a website called Windows Central. So let's see. Nintendo wanted to block Power World. Now it faces a 0% chance and a measly 30K payout. Public record shows the Nintendo versus Pocket Pair case is practically wrapped up, and the best Nintendo can hope for is $30,000 chump change. So to provide more context, like Nintendo has been, of course, they've been battling against this indie team creating Power World for who knows how long now, but they're not going to get much from it. We're talking like maybe 30K at most. That's just an estimate. It's a very small settlement, really. Um, and it's so fucking stupid because the thing is that the article goes on later to say that Nintendo spent like $40 million or so, like like trying to keep this lawsuit going. Like they spent $40 million on this lawsuit, $40 million, and they're only going to get 30K at the end of this. Like it, if even like possibly, like it's so stupid because it's like Nintendo, like you really wanted to like just throw money at this problem until it would go away, but it's not going away, bitch. It's here to stay. Like, was it really worth like throwing all your money at? No, not all your money, obviously, but like throwing so much money at the problem like this, like you couldn't just let the game go. No, because you're just that insecure and greedy. Like you want to monopolize this section of gaming, or perhaps all sections of gaming. You don't like it when people have ideas similar to yours. You feel threatened by it. You're insecure. You're greedy. You want money, but you don't want to put in the effort to make games that people will choose over other people's games, like you're doing here. So you decide to just go after those other people, the other game developers who have done pretty much nothing wrong. And the few things that they did do wrong, and I'm using that in quotes, they've already corrected. So, yeah, Nintendo, fuck you. Like, this is exactly what you deserve. Like, I get it. I get it. Some people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's not about the money. They're just trying to make a point. Like, they're trying to set some sort of legal precedent where they can just do this shit as a warning for other people not to like even think about daring to have similar ideas to them because they just want to monopolize the gaming market that badly." But to me, I think it was a pretty stupid idea regardless because like what point are you trying to prove that you're afraid of competition? Because you're like one of the biggest gaming companies in the world, if not the biggest. You are no stranger to competition. You've done this shit, this song and dance for who knows how long. You did it with Sega, you're doing it with Microsoft and Sony. So why are you so threatened by Palworld? Is it because you know your Pokemon games are shit nowadays, but you don't want to actually put in the effort to make them better? Like, something going on, Nintendo? Like that $40 million you spent on this lawsuit could have been spent on better things, like making your games better, for example. Like, at this point, sometimes there are just battles that you should not choose. Like, it's okay to choose your own battles, Nintendo. It's okay. It's very much necessary, actually. It's necessary. So this is exactly what they deserve. This is karma. What goes around comes around, bitch. So I don't feel sorry for them. They are trying to stamp out a competitor that has done practically nothing wrong, and They're not having it. The legal system's not having it. Your consumers aren't having it. No one's having it, Nintendo. So fuck you. But let me go ahead and read the chat. So I know other people appeared in the chat. Sorry, I haven't gotten around to um greeting you, but hi Maxis. Phil TK took old 123.1. Elijah Gaming. Oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. TM Fuentes. So, yeah. Hey, everyone. Oh, well, Nintendo. Yep, Nintendo. They're literally shooting themselves in the foot at this point. Like, $40 million, you could have spent that on other things. Like, how are you so. How does one company who's so fucking big get so insecure over just a small indie game? Well, popular indie game, but from a small team nonetheless. Like, what the fuck is this number that keeps calling me? Oh no, this is a different number, I think. Well, whatever. But but yeah, like it's funny because it's like Nintendo, you're just wasting your money. Like hopefully this will be a lesson to them not to actually monopolize creative concepts and ideas because you don't own concepts and ideas. You own certain manifestations of concepts and ideas, Nintendo, but you don't own concepts and ideas in general. You don't. And it's about time you learned that. So, yeah, Nintendo really should have spent that to, yeah, like spending that $40 million that they wasted on this lawsuit, that money could have gone to like backwards compatibility with 3DS titles, honestly. Or a number of other things, really. A number of other things. Just just like for example, like making Switch or Switch 2 versions of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD or Wind Waker HD because we don't have those. We have Skyward Sword HD, but who the fuck cares? I mean, I like Skyward Sword HD, but people didn't like Skyward Sword. It was a very polarizing game compared to Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. So it's like Nintendo priorities. Yeah, you have nothing to add, Maple. I get that because there's really nothing to add. Nintendo did something stupid again, and now they're suffering the consequences. Like, what else is there to add? It's just Nintendo being Nintendo. What else can you say? Nintendo really should have learned from this, though. Yeah, but you know them, then they never learn. They don't. I mean, they're capable of learning. I mean, their games are consistently high quality, but like they learn only when they want to. That's the thing. It's like when it comes to game quality, they are typically good, but then they do shit like this, and it's like the aggressive protection of their IPs, the refusal to lower their game prices and whatnot. Like it's so stupid and self defeating. And like Nintendo, you guys have been bitching about the Switch 2 just being too expensive, just being so expensive to produce and sell and maintain and whatever. Like it's just an expensive console right now, and that's why you're raising the prices. Okay, well maybe if you hadn't spent that fucking $40 million on this trivial lawsuit, you could probably afford to Switch 2 more than you can now. Again, priorities. So, who I don't know. I want Nintendo to do better, but I don't think they're gonna do better until they hit rock bottom. But for a company that big, who knows when that'll happen? Yeah, like just Nintendo. I don't know what to do with you. No one knows what to do with you. Like sooner or later, they're gonna have to learn to stop screwing people over like this. Like if you do this to people enough times, it will come back to bite you in the end. It has already started doing that actually, and it's only gonna get worse. But Nintendo will be Nintendo. It is what it is. Okay, now let's go on to the next topic, which some of you have brought up in the chat because I'm gonna be see like there are some certain obscenities I wish to like say here, but I'm gonna keep this like PG. I know it's my channel and I cuss anyway, but I'll try to keep it as PG as possible because Rockstar did something so monumentally stupid. Like, just when you thought they couldn't be dumber and more incompetent, considering all of the shit that they've done over the years, from releasing a crappy remastered version of San Andreas to releasing whatever the fuck the definitive trilogy was, while delisting the original trilogy of games on the PS4, which thankfully I have because I refuse to touch the definitive trilogy. I have it, but I'm just not touching it. But now they go and do this. Like, so GTA 6 has been recently it's been recently put up for it's like pre-orders have recently been made available for it. Sorry, I cannot find the right words today. But here's the thing. There are no pre-orders for digital copies. I mean for physical copies, sorry, for physical copies. Only digital copies. Like, you can only buy a digital copy of this game. There are no physical copies available, and Rockstar does not plan to make physical copies anytime soon. They want this game to go strictly digital, at least from what I've heard. They might change their mind later, but from what I've seen, that doesn't seem very likely. So, yeah, this article I got from Vice. This says Rockstar Games has no plans for GTA 6 physical disc version. Says report. A new report claims Rockstar Games has no plans to release GTA 6 physical discs, suggesting the game will remain digital only. So, so I'm not quite sure what made them think this was a good idea. They have a reason for it. I'll get into in a moment, but why the fuck would you do this? Like, GTA is one of your biggest franchises. One of the biggest franchises of all time, actually. And this is a game that's been delayed for who knows how long, but hyped for who knows how long, hyped up. Like, people are really excited for this game. A lot of people like me are skeptical of it, but people are excited nonetheless. And it's like, okay, so we're finally getting like some sort of release date. We have a release date, like it's November something. I don't remember. Sometime in November. I think November 27th. I'd have to go and look. But at least that's the initial release date. But it's going to be later this year. So people are excited and pre-orders are available. So people are like, "Oh my god, yay!" And then the news hits that physical copies won't be available. How stupid do you have to be to fumble a game's launch this badly? What made you think GTA 6 would be perfect as a digital game? Especially when when we've been when we've been living in an era where apparently video game companies don't want you to own games anymore. They just want you to own licenses to games, like basically passes to games, like kind of like library cards and shit like that, where you don't own the game, you just technically have access to it. Like, we're already living in a time where that's been an annoying practice, and now you're doing this. You think this is a good idea, where it's like you just release games digitally, and you don't think people will be upset by that, or perhaps you do, but you just don't care. I just I don't like with Rockstar. I already expected this game to be a flop. Like, relatively speaking, I did not think this game was going to do very well. And then they go and just like completely exceed my expectations. Like, just when I had set the bar this low for them, they go even lower, and I was like, oh my god, Rockstar, you don't know what you're doing. You're just fucking stupid. You're stupid. People want physical games, Rockstar. People want physical games. Not everybody wants physical games, but there are plenty of people that want them, from game collectors to video game stores. Oh, we'll talk about video game stores in a moment because holy shit, like there's another story that I need to talk about regarding this messy launch. So, like people want games that they can just play without having to like pay a license just to play it digitally. I mean, digital games have their place. I mean, I have digital games. I like them, but I prefer physical ones for a reason. I like having a game that I can own and that I can resell or give to a friend or whatever. And this game, one of the most anticipated games of 2026, like you decide to go digital only. I just Rockstar. I can't with you. I just I just can't with you. Okay, and then hold up. There's even more. Hold up. Let me go to the PlayStation Store and look up exactly what the price for this game is, just to further prove my point. Because I just Rockstar. I You are so stupid. I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, right. Okay, here we go. I looked this up just to make sure. So to make this even dumber, the base game that you can pre-order, the base game is $80. $80. Not 50, not 60, not 70 even. No, $80. And that's the base game. The Ultimate Edition? You wanna know how much it costs? $100. You're expecting people to pay that much for a digital game when there isn't even a physical copy. I just are they not trying to make money? Is that it? I'm like, do they not want to make money? Do they just not care? Is that it? Because you would think they want to make money, hence these stupidly high prices, but I feel like they just don't want this game to do well. I don't just Jesus anime Christ, what the fuck? Yeah, there's no point in getting the physical edition because there are going to be physical copies, but just codes. Like, they're going to be codes in the box. And you can't resell that. It's single use only. Once you use that, you're done. I just, Jesus Christ. Like, there are going to be physical copies, but only like with digital codes in them. This is like Just Dance games recently. The newest Just Dance games are exactly like this. From 2023 to 2026, they are exactly like this. So GTA 6 isn't the only game that's done this, but holy shit, I would not think that GTA of all franchises would go down this route. Like, Jesus anime Christ. Why would you charge that much and not have even Mario Kart World wasn't this ridiculous? Like, yeah, $80 for the base game, but at least it had a physical edition. The GTA 6 doesn't even have one. It just, oh my god, I'm sorry. How did they not think this would blow up in their faces? I, Jesus, anime Christ. They had the money for it. They had the money for physical discs. They just didn't want to make them. It's like, oh, let's just make digital games so we don't have to worry about physical ones. If you're not going to actually have a physical copy, don't even bother selling physical copies that just have codes in them. Like, it's just a waste of money. Either go all the way or don't do anything. Just either go all the way or don't do anything. Don't do this little stupid middle ground where you have a physical copy but with the code inside, because that's worthless. The moment you use it, it is worthless. I just That's probably why GTA 6 kept getting delayed. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. This game's development has been a mess from start to finish. It makes Skyward Sword envious in that regard because Skyward Sword also had a hugely messy development. Holy shit. No game, and I mean no game should be worth more than $60. Exactly. Or 70 if it's that good. Like if it's really, really good, like say Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay, fine, $70. I don't mind. Like I actually don't mind. I didn't mind paying $70 for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I thought it was actually worth the money because I really loved the game. I can't say the same for this game that I'm probably not even gonna play. I actually no, I'm unless it goes on sale, I'm not touching this. Like I'm just not touching this. I'm not gonna pay $80 for this game. I'm just not. And that's the base edition. Nothing was stopping you from just making physical copies, Rockstar. If you wanted to just be digital, you should have just made it just digital, and that's it. Like, just having it be physical copies that aren't even physical copies, technically, was the dumbest move you could ever make. Yeah, GTA 5 wasn't even this much when it released. I just. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just. Oh Jesus. Okay. I'm just reading through the chat right now. Rockstar has always been stupid as hell. Yeah, but like they seem to be losing more and more IQ points as time goes on. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat here because everyone is basically just echoing my sentiments. Because Maple is like, what is the actual fucking point of a fucking physical edition if there's no fucking disc? Exactly. Either go all the way or don't bother. Either do it or don't. It's that simple. Do it or don't. If you can't do it, or if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Like with the Just Dance games, it didn't bother me all that much because it's Just Dance. They're not very high quality games anyway. But GTA 6, why would you do it for GTA 6, which is a way more popular and bigger franchise? I just don't understand what made them think this was a good idea. I, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know. I just Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'm just okay. So rightfully, a lot of people are pissed. And guess what? Like, this was definitely, we all knew this was going to blow up in Rockstar's faces because guess what? Here's another article that explains exactly how it did. Video game stores refuse to sell GTA 6. So, according to Vice, retailers are refusing to sell GTA 6 physical editions. Multiple retailers are refusing to sell these because I'm sorry. Multiple retailers are refusing to sell GTA 6 physical editions after Rockstar confirmed the game will ship with no disc in the box. And it's not hard to understand why. I even said it earlier. So, yeah, we all knew this was going to blow up in Rockstar's faces. We just didn't know how. So literally, retailers are actually basically boycotting the GTA 6 launch. They're like, okay, you're gonna sell boxes with just codes in them and not actual discs. Okay, Rockstar, fuck off. We're not dealing with that. We are not dealing with that. Like certain stores have actually done this. One of them is, I think, I'm trying to remember what their names were. I really should have written these down. One was called Video Games Plus, and I think the other one was called Loot Box Gaming. I have to look this up. But like, there are retailers that are actually like, no, no, Rockstar, we're not dealing with that shit because we can't resell those games. Like, like I said earlier, like people like having physical games. So I'm not saying every game needs to be physical, but people like having physical games. So like these physical editions that you're gonna sell that don't actually have anything but codes in them. You think video game stores are gonna take that saying now? No. So some of them are like, no, bye. We don't need you. It's like we're not selling that shit, and rightfully so. Like I'm glad they're doing this because Rockstar needs to wake the fuck up. Like damn. Yeah, like why would they? There are no discs to sell. Do you think this is how it works, Rockstar? Damn, even the video game stores think that Rockstar is stupid as hell. Yeah, I guess I'll watch that Magic Mushes content later, TM Fuentes. But but yeah, like Rockstar will probably backtrack because if they don't backtrack, this won't end well for them. It won't. It just won't. And if the game ends up being a disappointment, it's really gonna backfire on them. Like the game kept getting delayed, and that just made people worry because there were barely any trailers put out for the game. And actually have not bothered watching any kind of gameplay footage of GTA 6, any kind of trailer, any kind of gameplay footage, because I just could not be bothered to give a damn. So, so yeah, this is what you get, Rockstar. Like, what made you think this was a good idea? And again, I should probably mention that the reason that, at least from what I read from these articles, the reason that Rockstar decided to go digital only was because they wanted to prevent the game from being leaked. So just having only a digital version of the game that can only be downloaded at launch instead of a physical um, edition that people could get their hands on early and then potentially leak to the internet or whatever. Like, I guess Rockstar thought that the digital only routes would just make it so that leaks would be a non-issue. My issue with that is that's really not a reason to make the game digital only. Like you could have had it be digital at first and then have physical games later on, which you would think they would do. It's like, okay, fine, digital first, physical later. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess that's a good compromise. But no, they straight up said, no, digital only. Physical will just be a code. I, with Rockstar, it's like for every step forward, they take two steps back. Actually, they haven't even been taking any steps forward. They've just been taking steps backwards because they are a backwards company. But yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. People are going to buy the game no matter what, out of curiosity or because they just really love GTA or some other reason. Yeah, so like leaks aren't going to do anything to hurt the sales really. Like leaked or not, people are still going to buy the game. So Rockstar essentially shot themselves in the foot. Like that's the thing. I just yeah, exactly. Like leaks are just a very weak very weak reason. Sorry, a very weak reason to make the game digital only. That's just such a weak reason. It's so weak. Like because there have been games out there that have been leaked. There are games out there that have been leaked, and yet they still manage to sell well. So, and it's GTA 6. Of course, it's going to sell well. A game that anticipated, that hyped up, leaks or not, it's going to sell anyway. So what? So Rockstar, that's just bullshit excuse. Jesus Christ. I can't with Rockstar. I just can't. But let me look up. Hang on. Oh yeah. So yeah, loot box gaming. That was one of the yeah, loot box gaming. That was one of the companies that said that they were not going to sell on GTA 6. And Video Games Plus was the other one. Yeah, so I was right. Okay, so those are two examples of companies that just refused to sell the physical edition. Again, rightfully so, because you can't resell physical editions with codes in them. Like you can sell, you can. I mean, obviously you can sell them, but only if they've never been used. But it's single use. Like you use it and then that's it. You can't do anything else with it. It's not like a physical game where you can just use it once, twice, whatever, how many times you want, then resell it and then get money. Like you can't do that. You lose money. You can't share it. You can't resell it. You can't do anything with that. So of course these stores are going to be like, no, fuck that. Bye. At least the new Star Fox game has physical copies, and Marvel's Wolverine will have it as well. Because yeah, they had better have physical copies. Because I do actually want to get those games, but like if they didn't have physical copies, I wouldn't bother. At this point, Rockstar just keep the game, right? Like, like just keep the game because you clearly don't care about it. At least not as much as you should. Thin ice, Rockstar, very thin ice. Yeah, the ice has been thin for them. If we're gonna be honest, like at this point, it is like a millimeter thick. Which makes me wonder how they're even able to stay on the ice, but it's Rockstar. But like the ice is very, very thin. Like it's about to crack. It is about to break. It's probably cracked already. It's about to break. Rockstar is literally trying people. Literally trying people. They've been trying people. Have I seen the cover art for GTA 6? I think not. I think I've seen only like one or two images really. Just of a man and a woman on a cover. That's really it. If GTA 6 had never gotten delayed, it would have been released because it was supposed to release fall of last year. Yeah, but that didn't happen. Good thing my Walmart only sells physical games and not games without a disc. Yes, yes, that's a good thing. You even said that earlier in the chat. I meant to read it. I was gonna read it earlier, but I forgot. But yeah, I'm glad your Walmart only sells physical games. Like more stores need to do that. I mean, to be fair, like I think most stores already do that, but some of them do sell only like I could be wrong about this, but some of them do sell like just. I think some of them do sell like um just codes, but I don't think most of them do. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but like it just doesn't seem like something most stores would do. Sure, some, but not a lot. So yeah, Rockstar is stupid, but then again, what else is new? What else is new? I don't understand it. Like hey Mills, what's up? We just went and ranted the fuck out of the GTA 6 launch, which will not have any physical copies, only physical containers with codes in them. Because why the fuck not? I'm not touching this until there's a sale for it. I don't care if I miss out on the game. I'm not in a rush to play it. I rarely pre-order games anyway, so it's whatever. Just coming in to say hi. Oh, hi. And yeah, Maple also brought up a good point because some people are probably going to be like, "Oh, well, the game would be too much for to put on just one disc." And I'm like, "Okay, so just put it into separate discs. Like one could be for the main campaign, one disc for GTA Online, and one disc for potential DLC or extras you can't fit into the other two." Like Maple just said in the chat, like you can split games into multiple discs. Like that's been a thing for a while now. So no, the argument that well they can't fit everything into one disc is just non it's not an argument for making the game digital only. Especially when even with the physical copy, you often have to download a bunch of data for the game anyway, so you end up taking space on your hard. It takes space um on your fucking hard drive or flash or 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 like internal memory or whatever. like what are those things called? I forgot. Are they called flashcards? I don't remember what they're called. Like the ones that you can just like the ones with heat sinks in them. Let me look that shit up. Or like the things that with physical copies you often have to like make space for a lot of the game's data anyway. So again, the whole the game can't fit all on the physical disk is just still not an argument. So oops. Oh, SSD, right. Internal drives. That's what they're called. Right. So no, there really is no reason for them to go down this route of digital only. Like there's no reason for it. There's no justifiable reason for it. Like leaks are gonna happen anyway. Who the fuck cares? The game's gonna sell anyway. Do what? Oh wait, hold on. The cover art looks nice, but that's literally the only thing you're gonna get with the physical edition. Yeah, it's just the cover art you're gonna be paying for. Beside the code, obviously, just the cover art. And I'm like, that's not what I want to do. And please support physical media as much as you can. Oh, totally. I always get physical whenever I can. Sometimes I find it better to get digital, but I'm a physical guy. I like physical games. I like having access to them. I like having access. I only buy digital games if it's more convenient for me because, I game share my PS library, my PS4 and PS5 library with my cousin who has a PS5 of her own. So if it's easier for me to just get a digital game that we can both play on our own time, cool. But if it's a game that only one of us is interested in, I just buy a physical game and that's it. Like I try to get as physical as much as I can. I for Nintendo, I actually never buy any of their games digitally. I never do because I don't trust them. I just don't, and we all know why. Like I never buy digital games from Nintendo. I don't. But like if it's from some other publisher that releases these games for Nintendo, okay, whatever, like Undertale for example. But if it's or Deltarune, but if it's like um I think Deltarune's only digital anyway. But anyway, but you get the point. Like but if it's a first party title, then no, just no. So I like the idea of having games that I can own, that I can play, that I don't need the internet for. Like I can just pop it in and just play it like that. Like I don't like having every single one of my games be digital. I'm a physical guy through and for a good reason. Do these games take up more space in my house, in my room in particular? Sure, but I don't care. Like to me it's just better to have a physical game because the company can't take that away. Like with digital games, companies can remove that shit for like any reason. Like they okay, well, not necessarily for any reason. It's not like they can just do it one day and just not face any repercussions for it. But you get what I mean. Like they do have the right to take away your digital games as they see fit. Like if you somehow violate their terms of service or whatever, I just don't like the idea of them having that power, which is why I like to go physical. And it's the same thing with movies. But with movies, like it's a different like with movies I don't have much of an issue because it's like I get both digital and physical anyway, because they're usually packaged together, so it's a win-win for me and for my cousin and her boyfriend who want to watch movies remotely. I get to keep the physical copies and they get access to digital copies as well as I do. So so yes, please support physical media as much as you can. Like we need to teach these companies that we like to own our games. Yeah, I shop for 4K and Blu-rays through Amazon. In fact, I recently got the Back to the Future trilogy, the 40th anniversary trilogy, which had a digital code that gave me access to all three movies. Because I've been curious about Back to the Future, so I was like, okay, let me just get the 4K Blu-ray trilogy with the digital code. Again, physical media, Like the security of physical media combined with the convenience of digital media. I get both. I win. Everyone wins. But with video games, it's like video games don't want to go down that route. It's like they can't just let people have access to both. It's like it's like we don't want physical games anymore. Oh, well, fuck you then. So, yes, please support media as much as you can. Physical media, I mean. That's why I'd never buy any movie that I can't also get physically. Like it's either like it has to be physical. Even if it's not digital, it has to at least be physical. If it's not, we're gonna have a problem. I have two bookshelves for both my books and DVDs. Oh, nice. I have like an entertainment center. I think you guys have seen it. I don't know. I'd have to take a picture of it, but like yeah, like there are like there's like one set of shelves on the right, and I have so many games and movies in all of those shelves, and it's a mess, but I'm running out of room. But yeah, but yeah, I like to have physical media. Okay, see you soon, kind gamer Patrick. Oh, you guys need to take a break. I think are we at the break point anyway? Let me see. Oh no, we're not. We still have a bit more. Well, you know what? That's okay. Let me just move this up. Fuck it. Move it up. Okay, break time. Yeah, that's okay. I can wait for the next because there are two upcoming movies I wanted to talk about, but we can wait until after the break. But yeah, support physical media, like Maple said in the chat. That's what Gen Z is doing apparently. So follow in their footsteps and preserve physical media. Please preserve physical media. Let companies know that we want to own our games and movies, but movies, it's really not an issue with movies. It's just with games. But yes, please let these companies know that we want to own our video games and to stop making everything digital, or at least provide physical alternatives. But yeah, we'll take a break here. So see you guys in a bit. Oh hey Tan Man, what's up? Sorry, I'm just looking at something on my phone. Not much. Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to see you again, Tan Man. Nintendo said to be aware that these features will eventually end at a future date. The ability to re-download software on Wii and DS. Oh, really? Oh, shit. That's not good. Oh, it's okay, Sluggy Man. I'm glad you're here anyway. But yeah, we're gonna take a small break. I guess. How long should the break be? I guess it can be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Well, let me just pause the recording. So, I'll say 20 minutes. We'll go 20 minutes. That's fine. Let me put a timer on. All right. See you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. I literally just lay on my bed and then read through Maple's Supergirl review and watched part of another review of Supergirl. So, but yeah, like I didn't go anywhere. But um, yeah, actually, I probably should have gotten eaten something. I wasn't feeling that hungry. It's okay. We can take another break later. Oh, we'll talk about Supergirl soon. Yep. I'm about to eat some lemon pepper wings over from dinner. I thought you were about to come back with a sandwich and a shower cap on. Nah, 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 nah. I'm not super professional, but I'm not that unprofessional. No, I'm kidding. No, but no, really. It's like, well, yeah, like, I don't care to be all, like, dressed properly or shit like that, but I'm not that sloppy. Anyway, okay, continuing from where we last were, Disney is making a new movie called Hexed. Am I supposed to care? Like, am I supposed to be interested? Am I supposed to give this movie attention? Is it supposed to be worth my time? Because from what I've seen in the trailer that was recently released, it's not. It's not worth my time. And the reason I say this is because Disney apparently didn't learn their lesson with the god awful disaster that was the Wish movie, which was supposed to be a centennial celebration, by the way. So, with Hex, from the trailer, we have the typical female protagonist who's adorkable and can't fit in, but is really talented and just needs to find the right place and the right people. So, she goes into this cave or tree or whatever, finds this book, and said book opens up this portal to this world of witches as she just steps, and then the girl steps into the world, and then she realizes that it's a that she that it's just a place where she can control her magic and embrace who she is, because she was using magic in her regular world, but now she's here, and that's what we have so far. I'm assuming she has to take down some evil witches later. That's what the trailer seemed to show, but that's it for the trailer. But it's like, it's not really anything we haven't seen before. Again, we have the adorkable female protagonist, which Disney needs to stop using. Like, we've had it with Frozen, we've had it with Tangled, we've had it with Encanto, we've had it with Wish. I am so tired of it. Do something else, Disney. And what makes me so annoyed about this, what even more annoyed about this, is that it's just the premise. Like, a girl who is adorkable and can't fit in with people at school, but is actually quite quirky and talented, and goes to a different world where she can truly um, be embraced and find and strengthen her talents. Hmm, a magical world that works like that. Where have I heard that premise before? Hmm. Oh yeah, the Owl House, which was canceled by Disney, by the way. So, which was really stupid. And now they go and decide to make a movie that has a very similar premise. It feels like a slap in the face, because the Owl House was actually a good show. I haven't watched very many of it. I've watched only like the first few episodes so far, but like, I actually like the show. I think it's good. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's the world building is cool. The characters are great. Um and then we have Hexed. Like, you cancel the Owl House for this slop. Like, you cancel the Owl House and then we get this slop instead. Like, Disney. Get your heads out of your asses and actually create something original for once. It's like, but we tried to do that with Elio, and yeah, and you failed. It's like, okay, well, we can do it with Hex. Good luck, because I don't think you can do it. What do we expect? It's Disney. Yeah, it's Disney. You know, they don't fucking learn. I was kind of interested when the original premise for the movie was supposed to be between a young boy and his mother. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, the protagonist was supposed to be a boy, which actually would have been cool. It would have changed the formula up a bit. But no, they went and changed the protagonist to a girl because why not? Like, we have enough female witch characters. Having more male witch characters would actually be cool. Like, Disney, I just literally you actually did kind of have something here. And then you go the generic route. It's like it feels like they're afraid of actually experimenting nowadays. Like they just want to play it safe. Like they're just too afraid to make anything original. Because every time they try it, like Elio in Strange World, they flop. And I don't think it's because they can't do it anymore. It's because they just it's I think it's just because they just don't want to try. They're just so used to playing things safe nowadays that they just can't make good original content anymore. That isn't a sequel or a live action remake. It's just so pathetic. At least Gato looks interesting, which is the next Pixar movie. Oh, I've never even heard of that. Never even heard of that. Huh. You can tell this movie was in the works back in 2020 and 2021 when the company was in a huge slump. Yeah, that's what Hext feels like. So, yeah, more uncreative slop. What else is new? Do something different, Disney, and stop wasting our time. So, moving on, Illumination is making a new movie called Not Alone, which I also don't care about. Like, I watched the trailer. It was released hours ago. Like, it was released today, like 12 hours ago, I think. And it was so lame. It was just very unimpressive. It felt like the typical like the typical romance slash science fiction slash romantic comedy kind of thing, where there's this awkward, adorable scientist who's in love with this brainy, hot woman, and they had this quest where they need to find this quest regarding science. Apparently, there are these three aliens that came from outer space. They crash landed on Earth, and now they need to find a way home. And they plan to use the two human characters. They asked the two human characters for help. It's just generic and dumb as you would expect. It's just the premise is just not very interesting. Like it's I'm sorry, it's just it's the same thing with Hex where you're not getting anything new from this movie. Now, granted, I already expected something like this from Illumination. Like, we know that they can't write stories for crap. We know how lame they are when it comes to storytelling, how unoriginal and uninventive they are. And when they have the opportunities to actually push the envelope and do things differently, like with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, for example, regarding Bowser's character, they act like pussies and like don't fully commit. So it's basically that the same thing here. So it's like discount ET, if I'm going to be honest, or really or the discounted version of any film that also has a similar plot, where it's like, oh, there's this alien, we have to help them get back home. Like Home, for example, the DreamWorks film. It's just, except that Home was actually good. So, but this seems pretty lame. I'll I guess I don't know if I'll watch it, to be honest, but like I don't know. Like the weird thing is that Migration, which was Illumination's last film, I believe it was released a few years ago, 2023. Um, like like I've heard good things about that film actually. Not great things, but good things. Like it was an original film, and yeah, people actually liked it. I haven't watched it yet, but I was like, okay, so Illumination can make something original and make it actually good. I mean, to be fair, they did make Despicable Me 1, which is actually a good film, so but most of the time they just don't care. And I'm just getting more of this here. Oh yeah, and Illumination's making another fucking I should have made a slide for this. Let me see if I can do that right now. But I forgot there's another Minions movie coming out because oh my god. Yeah, someone asked in the chat, will you watch Minions and Monsters? I honestly, I'm not sure. I'm tired of the Minions already. That was the movie I was going to talk about next. Yes, Illumination is making another Minions movie. It's been in the works for a while. It actually comes out tomorrow. I was originally going to watch it with my cousin or boyfriend, like on Friday, because I'm going to go over to their apartment on a certain college campus on Friday to go, and I was going to go over to them and we were going to watch it together, but then we were like, nah, we're not feeling like it. We just weren't feeling like it, so um, nope. I don't plan to watch a Minions and Monsters movie because for one thing, I am so fucking tired of the Minions. I'm tired of seeing them everywhere. Illumination needs to calm down with that mess. Like, fuck off. I'm tired of you. Like, we get it. People love them. They're great. Don't need to put them everywhere. Hang on, let me make a slide for this. Yeah, apparently Selena Gomez is actually playing the lead female character in the Not Alone movie that Illumination is making. And apparently this other person whose name I forgot, let me see. Someone put it in the chat, so hold on one moment. Okay, let's see. Timothy Chalamet. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name, but yeah, he's the lead male character. So Selena Gomez will be the lead female character. Oh, oh wait. Someone said something interesting to chat. So Poison's Maple said, probably wait, no, hold on. People are saying that Minions and Monsters is actually good. I'm thinking about seeing it tomorrow after work. I'm only seeing it because the reviews for it have actually been very positive. Like Illumination actually put work and effort into a Minions movie for once. Oh my god, really? Damn. Okay, I guess I was wrong. Maybe Illumination can actually when they try, they can actually make something good. I mean, to be fair, like I said, like they have had a few good films, but most of their films are just lame. So, so I'm surprised to hear that the newest Minions movie is actually very good. I guess I'll watch it then. I mean, I already watched the other two, so why not? And for what it's worth, I actually did like the second Minions movie, The Rise of Gru. I thought that one was actually decent. Not great, but decent. Definitely a step up from the first Minions movie, which barely had a plot and was just really stupid. Like it was such a nothing movie. It was basically first this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Like it's just a very basic, aimless movie. Like there's a plot, but it's barely even there. But thankfully, the second Minions movie had more of a plot, and for what I've been hearing, apparently from what I just heard, the newest Minions movie is actually very good. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll go and watch it then. Might as well. Now I'll get it when it comes out in 4K. If I like the movie. Well, I'll probably get it anyway for collection purposes, but whatever. Okay, let me just do the Control M and add. Hang on. Oop. Nope, not what I meant to do. Fuck. Damn. Oh well, whatever. Minions and monsters. Oops, I. Whoops, bad. Okay, let me just delete that and then add this image. Minions and monsters. There we go. Oop. Okay. But yeah, that's Illumination's going to release that movie tomorrow. So I know, if of course, some people have already seen it because early screenings are a thing. But yeah, I guess I'll watch it then. Apparently, people like it, so maybe I'll like it too. Because I mean, it's not that I don't like the minions. I'm just kind of tired of seeing them everywhere because they really are everywhere. Even in other Illumination movies, like they have to show up like in a small clip or whatever before the actual movie starts, and it's just annoying. Like they don't need to be everywhere. Illumination, leave. Like let us breathe, okay? I feel the same way for Blue Sky Studios as I do for Illumination nowadays, though. Yeah, apparently. Oh, right. There's another movie we need to talk about. Ice Age Boiling Point. Thank you for reminding me. I have no interest in watching Despicable Me 4. Same here, and I actually have the physical copy of it. I have the 4K slash Blu-ray slash digital code bundle, and I still have not watched it to this day. Maybe I think that's just how over it I just that's just how over the series I am. I'm just so over Despicable Me 4 because Despicable Me in general, because I honestly didn't think it needed anything. I didn't think it needed to go past 3. I thought the original 3 movies made for an okay trilogy. 2 was completely ass, but 1 was good and 3 was decent. So I thought, okay, they could just stop it there. No, of course they're gonna make more. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna stop. I just didn't want them to keep going. Like, but Illumination will be Illumination. They be illuminating. They be illuminating. Illuminationing or whatever. But anyway, let me look up. Let's see, Ice Age Boiling Point. I have not seen any trailers. I don't know if any trailers have been released, nor do I care. But yes. Let me just copy this image, save it. Ice Age Boiling Point. Because apparently we need another Ice Age film. Fuck me. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let me delete this and then add this image. Oh shit. Whoop, that image didn't work. Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. Maybe this one? Nope. damn it. Ah, oh well. That was a good one too. Let me find another one. Hang on. Oh, maybe this one? Oh, this one's not so bad. Yeah, let's do this one. God damn it. I completely forgot to talk about these movies. That's embarrassing. Oh my God, seriously? I'm so done. Okay. These are good images and I can't even use them. Let me find another one. Hold on. So stupid. That's too small. What can I do here? I guess, no, that's too, no. Okay, well, whatever. I'll just do this one. It'll just be a generic, yeah, we'll just do that one. This is fine. Yeah, this will work. Okay. I don't like it, but it's all we have right now. There we go. Okay, Ice Age, the boiling point. How do I feel about this? I mean, you all already know how I'm gonna feel about this. I don't like this. I think it's gonna suck. It might not suck, but I think it will suck because 4 sucked, sort of. 5 sucked. 6 really sucked. And I think 7 is going to follow suit. It might not be as bad as 6 because 6 was just absolutely awful, like utter dog shit. Like there was almost nothing good about that film, like a total 1 out of 10. And I'm being generous with that 1 out of 10. So so I don't have any high hopes for 7. I don't think it'll be as bad as 6, but then again, that's not saying much. The bar is already very low with 6. So, yes, they're making another movie because they just can't let the damn series go. And I'm annoyed by that because the first 3 movies were a pretty good trilogy and they keep making more. And I'm so over it. I don't want another Ice Age movie. I don't. The Adventures of Buck Wild that left a really bad taste in my mouth, and I still have PTSD from that. I have PTSD from watching that. So as you'd expect, I'm not looking forward to this film. I'm really not. 10 Bucks says that the new Ice Age movie is about global warming and or climate change. Yeah, probably. Illumination markets Minions so well. A little too well, in my opinion. I stopped caring for Ice Age after Dawn of the Dinosaurs. That was the third film, right? I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, that was the third film. Yeah. See, like, maybe I should have done the same thing. Maybe I should have stopped watching the Ice Age movies after number 3. Maybe I should have done that. Because I am so over companies trying to add more films that just don't need to be there. Let shit go already. Damn. So, will I be watching this? Maybe. Maybe not. Honestly, I don't know. I'm tempted not to go and watch it. The Minions movie, sure, I'll check it out. Not Alone? Probably not. Hexed? Definitely not. Like if I didn't like watching Wish, I'm not gonna like watching Hex because Hex gives me the same vibes. Just complete unoriginal slop. And I say it's the boiling point, probably not. Like I just don't see a reason to. Out of all the 4 movies I just talked about, Hexed, Not Alone, Minions and Monsters, and like Hex, Not Alone, Minions and Monsters, and Ice Age Boiling Point. It's really only the Minions movie that I care about at this point. So yeah, don't expect me to. I don't know. I'm tempted just not to watch it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. If people are like, "Oh wow, this is actually good," then I'm like, then I'll be like, "Oh okay, sure, why not?" I guess I'll watch it, but I'd rather not. Like, let shit go, please. Let shit go. Mm. You should also add Shrek 5 in the list. I could, but I mean, I kind of don't want to because Shrek 5 I'm really annoyed about. I'm really angry about Shrek 5 because holy shit, it is just. When's it even going to be released? Let me look. June 30th, 2027. Oh, so it's going to be released exactly a year from now. So on this day of next year, the movie will be released. I guess I'll add it because why not? Like Jesus Christ, I'm looking at the images on. I'm looking at Google Images of this movie, and I already want to look away. God, I just who thought this was a good idea? Oh Jesus. Okay, let me see if I can find a good picture to put here. Let me use this picture because it perfectly encapsulates my feelings towards this film. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. It's not the best image, but in my opinion, it's a great one. So we're gonna use it because holy shit, like Shrek, like I saw the trailer and I was like, what the fuck, DreamWorks? Like, what is this? What is this? Like, just like Donkey in particular. Oh my god, like they screwed his character up. Like, granted, he was always annoying and just full of energy and whatnot. But in the earlier movies, it was never to the point of being annoying. But when you watch the trailer, you will get so annoyed by Donkey's behavior that you will be tempted to just strangle him or yell at him to shut up. Like just you will be tempted to just silence him, to strangle him, or even kill him. Like just he's just so annoying in the trailer. So this is my reaction to how the movie's going to turn out. Like these faces right here. Hmm. Yeah, this is exactly how I feel the movie's going to end up because the trailer left a very nasty taste in my mouth. And the animation style is just so ugh, it does not fit Shrek. Like it feels too clean and polished and bouncy when the original animation style was rougher and slower and like just more drawn out. Like everything just feels all just I don't know how to describe it. It's just I don't like the animation style that they went with. It just no, I just don't like it. So yeah, what is to be honest, what is there even to say about Shrek 5? Nothing. It's a mess. Yeah, apparently it was going to be released earlier, but you know, people it got quite the backlash. Like you remember the first trailer that came out, right? It got such backlash that they were like that the that the movie creators were like, "Oh, yeah, let's just hold off on this release date and then clean up the movie." Why the fuck did they even redesign the characters to Shrek 5? Your guess is as good as mine, Time Gamer Patrick, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why would you fix something that wasn't broken? I legit thought that the trailer was AI generated when I first watched it. It does give off those vibes. I'm not gonna lie. It gives off AI. I mean, it's not, but it feels like AI. Like it's like that's what I'm saying. Like the movie just feels so like clean and devoid of the animation style. Just feels so clean and polished and devoid of any kind of you know actual personal human touch. Like it just doesn't feel like someone actually sat down and animated this, whether it be through CGI or hand-drawn animation or whatever. I don't care. It just doesn't feel like someone actually animated it. Plus, wasn't Shrek Forever after supposed to be the finale of Shrek? Yes, but the Shrek is going down the Toy Story routes because why not? Where they decide to make movies after there was already an ending, basically. If you're gonna change up the designs, at least make it look good. Like kind of like how Puss in Boots: The Last Wish did. Yeah, exactly. Like I like how Puss in Boots: The Last Wish took the animation style and did something really cool with it. Like they basically went down the Into the Spider Verse route, where they made the animation all stylized and a bit more cartoonish, and it still worked because it still felt like Shrek movie. Well, technically Puss in Boots, but you get what I mean. And but then so why didn't they just do that here, or at least something else? Because whatever they're doing for Shrek 5 is just, it's not gonna work. I don't understand. So yeah, like the faces that Shrek and Donkey are making here, that was basically how everyone reacted to the reveal of the movie because it just looked like shit. And apparently the original plot got leaked, so oops. And everyone hated it, so it's like, yeah, let's just make some changes. Like I haven't seen this much of a backlash ever since the whole incident with the Sonic movie, like the first Sonic movie, the live action one, remember? Where Sonic's original design looked so fucking ugly that that the film creators were like, yeah, let's change this because everyone hated it. It was so bad. So this reminds me of that. First impressions really are everything, and man, Shrek 5 is not giving that. Not giving good first impressions. Donkey's design in particular here, like, look at this image. Donkey's design in particular is just what the fuck? DreamWorks. Like Shrek at least looks mostly the same, just too clean and bouncy or whatever. But Donkey, like I just don't like how he looks, particularly his hair. Like his design was fine before. You didn't need to change it. But whatever. I already want to stop looking at this. I'm sorry. I just can't look at that anymore. Jesus. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, where's Puss? Why is he not in the trailer? Like, didn't Puss in Boots: The Last Wish imply that Puss was going to see Puss as well as, Burrito and, I forgot what the female cat's name was. Like, they were gonna all go and see Shrek and his family and friends. That was what the last wish implied, but we don't see them here. Are they gonna show up only for like 5 minutes or something like that? Because I hope that doesn't happen. Granted, Sonic's original design was much worse than this, but yeah, like the backlash back then was even worse. But this reminds me of that backlash. So I don't know. We'll see how Shrek 5 goes, but man, I think it's gonna bomb. Like Shrek the Third was a disaster, sort of. So I hope Shrek 5 does better than Shrek the Third at least. Because I liked Shrek the Third, don't get me wrong. I even rewatched that movie a lot of times as a kid because I liked it that much. And I rarely rewatch movies. That doesn't mean that Shrek the Third was a good film though, because it kind of wasn't. But that just means I really liked it. But so I just hope that Shrek 5 at least I just hope that Shrek 5 at least doesn't do worse than Shrek the Third because I have a feeling that it will. And Shrek the Third is considered the worst film out of all the Shrek films. So if Shrek 5 ends up being worse than Shrek the Third, that might be a sign that DreamWorks should just stop making Shrek movies. They should have stopped already, but it's whatever. All right, well, let's get on to ranting about Toy Story 5 and Supergirl because I have a lot to say about both movies, especially the first. I did like the one Frozen joke in the trailer though. Do you want to date a snowman? I don't even remember that, but that's funny. No, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not in there, but like I just don't remember that. I watched the trailer only like once or twice, and I don't even remember that joke. But it does sound like a funny joke. But anyway, but yeah, Toy Story 5 and Supergirl time. I know you guys have been waiting for this because ooh, yeah, I'm gonna be quite triggered. So triggered. We'll get. Well, it's a rant stream. Of course, I'm gonna get triggered. How was Toy Story 5? Mm, okay, so well, first I swear to God, I'm not trying to beat around the bush, but let me talk about the film chronology first, like just the order of events like just the release dates of the film. Like Toy Story 5 came out on June 19th, and Supergirl came out a week after that. Not the best timing for Supergirl, but it is what it is. So, yeah, Toy Story 5, was it good? Well, yes, sort of. Like it was funny, it was entertaining, it was heartwarming, it was enjoyable. I had a good time watching it. It was more to me it was better than the first I'm sorry, the fourth, not the first. Sorry. It was better than the fourth film, which I also liked. I thought that was good too, but honestly, I thought Toy Story 5 was a bit better than the first film. Fourth film. I keep saying first. Fourth film. It was better than the fourth film, but not as good as the first three. It's just not. And there are several reasons for that. And again, I'm going to be so triggered. We're going to go right into the negatives, though. We're going to go into the negatives first. Normally, I don't. But this movie, looking back on it now, it annoyed me in a few ways that really could have been avoided if the script had just been edited better. Because, okay, so let me make my point right now. Let me illustrate this for you guys. It's one of the biggest problems I have with this movie is just we're going right into the negatives. One of the biggest problems I have is just the cast. The cast of characters. The cast of characters is too fucking bloated. Okay? Okay. Now let me demonstrate this for you. Take this image here, right? This Toy Story 5 image. We can see all these characters here. We see Jesse, Woody, Bullseye, Forky's wife, whose name I forgot. I don't really care. Um, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, Slinky, Buzz, and there are a few others here, but like I don't care. Like Dolly and Rex, whatever. But and there are a few other characters here, like the old tech toys here, whose name I forgot. Oh yeah, I think the guy up there with the blue hand and the yellow handle is Mr. Smarty Pants. I don't remember. And then Hippo and then Snappy. Yeah, I think those were their names, like Mr. Smarty Pants and then Hippo and then Snappy. Okay, so of course there's Lily Pad, who's technically the main antagonist. Okay, so just watch, right? I'm going to cross out all the characters that don't matter. Those are all the characters that don't matter, and you're left with only certain characters that do matter. So after I cross out all the irrelevant ass hoes here, you have just Jesse and Bullseye, Smarty Pants, Hippo, and Snappy. That's it. That's it. Nobody else matters. Woody doesn't matter. Buzz doesn't matter. None of the other toys matter. It's just Jessie, Bullseye, Smarty Pants, Hippo, and Snappy, and a few others, but mainly just those five. And Lilypad, of course. Lilypad's too, of course. I keep forgetting her, like, because honestly, she's just not a very interesting character. But yeah, it's really just those six. And I'm not quite sure why this is. Like, Toy Story 4 also had this problem, but I feel it's even more pronounced here, where you have all these toys that just don't do anything for most of the plot, and it's pretty annoying. Like, it's okay for there to just be some characters that don't do much, but when it's to this extent, it gets really annoying. Like, I was willing to give it a pass in Toy Story 4, but when you do it two times in a row like this, it's just irritating. Like, why have these characters here if you're not gonna do anything with them? Like, most of these toys are literally in a box for most of the movie. They get put in a box and then put in the garage for most of the movie. So why are they even here? It's just really off-putting. Like, this is really about Jesse, which I don't have a problem with. This movie is mainly about Jesse, and that's okay. Like, we already had a sense that Jesse was going to take the reins as the star of the show, like the star of the movies, the series. Like, she was going to be like at the front, at the forefront. We got that sense from the ending of Toy Story 4. So I don't have any complaints there. I actually like this movie is centered around Jesse. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't like that so many characters were shoved to the wayside. And this is kind of why I just don't like the idea of Pixar and I know it's not Pixar's fault, but I just don't like the idea of Pixar continuing the storyline when there was already an ending for it, because this is what happens when you do this kind of stuff. You have a bunch of characters that you just don't need. It's giving me Boruto vibes, and I'm just not living for it. Like, again, I warned you guys I was going to be triggered by this because I did like the film, but there were certain parts that just pissed me the fuck off because it's just trends I've been seeing in these movies that happens when you just when you try to force stories that just don't need to exist. When you try to create stories that just don't need to happen. This is partly what happens, and there's more. But stop putting in a bunch of characters you're not going to use. Again, I was able to let it go in Toy Story 4, but here it's just annoying. And so that's my first issue with the story. And hold on, let me look through the chat here. Yeah, like there are so many characters to keep track of now, and they introduced like 10 new ones in this movie. Like, yeah, and I haven't like there are new ones like Blaze's old toys that she keeps in some sort of house. Like those old houses that kids can just go in and close the door and just like they have windows and shit like that. Those playhouses. Like Blaze had some old toys in there that have apparently been in there for who knows how long. I think she forgot about them or something. I don't know. But they were there, and that was where Smarty Pants was even from. But like they introduced a lot of toys here, and there are a bunch of Buzz Lightyears too, because apparently we didn't get enough of them in the second movie. No, Pixar was like, let's bring that back. Let's bring that back, and for no reason, because the Buzz Lightyears in this movie don't do shit aside from this one sequence where they help Jesse and the others get reunite Bonnie and Blaze. That was cool, but aside from that, they don't do anything important. They're just there. Like, and that leads me to another problem, but I'm trying to like not cover everything all at once because there's a lot about this movie that I really don't like. So, yeah, and what really so before I go on to that topic, that part about the Buzz Lightyears. So, why is Woody in this movie? Because as I just pointed out, like he's not important. He doesn't need to be here. Like you could literally cut him out and nothing would change. Now with Buzz, it's gonna be but with Buzz you can't really do that. I mean he doesn't do much, but you can't really cut him out. But with Woody you can totally cut him out. He doesn't need to be here. Because like as we saw from the trailer, like Woody was gonna show up again, and we were like, why? Because I thought he stopped trying to be a child's toy. But like so like but from the trailer you think, oh, he's still gonna play important roles. He doesn't. He doesn't do anything important in this film. Nothing substantial, really. So like why is he here? And the thing is that what's really funny, man, like those trailers can be so misleading. What's really funny is that like Woody, the only reason Woody even showed up was because of a total misunderstanding. Like he thought Jesse was trying to call him back, but she wasn't. So, so like he's literally there for no reason. He was there for absolutely no reason, and it's just really funny. And it made him bald and fat because reasons. It was stupid, but like, yeah, basically Woody is here to just be shat on throughout the whole film because he's bald and fat, and he's subject to quite a bit of slapstick as well. So, why is he here? Like, there's no reason for him to be here. Like, he just feels so unnecessary. Like, damn, Woody, like you're getting the Rosalina treatment. So, yeah, oh wow, Jesus. Yeah, he's in this movie because marketing. Like, obviously, like you can't have a Toy Story movie without Woody. I mean, you can, but Disney's like, no, you can't because marketing, right? Because like literally, there are toys for this shit everywhere. Like at my grocery store, there are toys for Toy Story 5 everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, cool, great. Like it's just irritating. As I said in the previous Toy Story stream, if Toy Story 2 could focus on Woody while also finding plenty of screen time for Buzz and the rest of the Toy Gang, what are the excuses for these new films? There are really no excuses. Yeah, I think these writers have forgotten how to allocate screen time to characters. I think they've forgotten either that or they have new writers. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the Pixar studio. But all I know is that Disney is forcing them to make movies that they already don't want to make. And I feel bad for them because they're still making these good. Still making these movies good, but like these movies don't need to exist. And I know some people are going to be all in a. Some people are probably tired of hearing that. I don't care. It's true. These movies don't need to exist. They're not bad. Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 5 aren't bad. They're actually good, especially Toy Story 5. But here's the thing: they don't need to exist. Okay, stop making them. Stop Disney. Stop making Pixar make these films. Stop forcing them to make these films. We don't need them here. We don't. Like I'm like don't stop trying to make things. Stop trying to make more of something that already had a storyline. We already had the perfect trilogy with Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. Beginning, middle, end. That's it. It was finished. Toy Story 3 had such a satisfying conclusion. Bittersweet, but heartwarming and satisfying nonetheless. Toy Story 4 didn't need to be a thing, and Toy Story 5 most certainly didn't need to be a thing. Yeah, we got some closure on Jessie's past life with her old owner, Emily. But like honestly, we didn't need that plot line. Like Toy Story 2 pretty much Toy Story 2 handled it pretty well. Like did we need to have it fleshed out more? I mean, yeah, it was nice what they did here with it, but like fam, this movie could have been spent on other things because we've already been through this song and dance. So yeah, the cast of characters is too fucking bloated. The movie simply didn't need to exist. we already knew about Jesse's past. It was nice that like we got a bit we got to flesh it out more, but like fam, at this point you're kind of just beating a dead horse. So yeah, this didn't need to happen. That's why I say let shit go. Okay? Let shit go. Let movie series die in peace. Let them end on good terms, on a good note. Please. Please let shit go. Stop making these kinds of movies. We don't need an Ice Age 7. We don't need a Toy Story 5 or Despicable Me 4 or a Toy Story 4 or whatever. People are getting tired of this shit. Stop doing it, Disney. Stop. Just stop. Okay? But I know some people are going to be like, oh, but Chi-Man, Toy Story is one of their most successful IPs. They can't just drop it after three movies. So reboot it then. Just reboot it. This is what superhero stories do. They reboot. So that way you get to keep the IP while telling a different story. If you drag a story on for too long, people will get tired of it. If they wanted to keep the story going, they could have just rebooted after number three. Have another trilogy starring a different kid. You don't need to change the cast of characters entirely, but you do need a new story. Because at this point, it feels like we're just beating a dead horse. Let shit go. But moving on, what else didn't I like about the film? Oh, yes, of course. Well, let me read the chat first. To be fair, there were also a bit of old jokes thrown at Jesse too. Yeah, fair enough. It was nice to see Emily remember Jessie by naming her daughter after her. Yeah, that moment was nice, and I'll definitely put that as one of the positives. But yeah, um, yeah, Disney is just wasting our time. Like because they're just that creatively bankrupt. They don't want to make new stories, and when they do make new stories, they end up being uncreative. So like they're not creative anymore. They just aren't creative anymore. But anyway, so the film. Okay, so the film felt. I need to keep these tenses consistent. Okay, the film felt kind of disjointed. Like there were three different plot points going on. Like Jesse and Bullseye meeting the old tech toys and befriending them, by with Buzz and Woody having their argument and trying to take down Lilypad. And then the Buzz Lightyear ones, the plot line about the Buzz Lightyears that were stranded on an island, and then they went to a city. They sailed on the boat to a city, and then they somehow meet up with all the other toy characters, and then they become useful in getting Bonnie and Blaze to connect with each other. It was basically three different plot lines, and one of those didn't need to be there. Like it didn't it just made the story feel kind of disjointed. Like because like the Buzz Lightyears were wholly irrelevant. Buddy and sorry, Woody and Buzz. Woody and Buzz were also pretty irrelevant. Not as irrelevant as the Lightyears, but still pretty irrelevant. So like you have all this shit going on. It's really the Jesse and Bullseye plot that matter. That's the only one that really matters. The others don't matter. Especially the ones about the Buzz Lightyears. It's like three different plot lines like going off all at once, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You can have multiple storylines in one story, but try not to be so messy about it. I mean, it's not as bad as say The Secret Life of Pets 2 because that one was hot mess. Like that one was even more disjointed than Toy Story 5, but Toy Story 5 did give me the Secret Life of Pets 2 vibes. Just three storylines that don't have much to do with each other and that come together at the end. but there's still a sense of disjointedness. Although I will say that the Toy Story 5 storylines are more connected than the ones in the Secret Life of Pets 2. The Toy Story 5 ones are actually better connected, so I will give the film that. But the whole thing still felt disjointed. So, and I guess you can also add that the Buzz Lightyear plot, the plot about the Buzz Lightyear toys was mostly unnecessary. Like, I think that would be better off as its own thing. I'm not saying it was a bad plot line. It just didn't need to be there. It felt like it was taking up space that could have been given to other characters. Because it was a nice storyline. The Buzz Lightyears like eventually learn what their purpose on this planet is, to be a toy that makes a child happy. And in the end they all get owners. Um and one of the owners ends up being an adult. but but yeah, like it was nice, but it did not need to be in the film. Like it just felt so unrelated to the main message of the film, which is about the war between tech and toys. Like why are the light years here? Like that should have been its own thing. It could be a short film. It could be its own thing. It did not need to be it could have been its own thing. It didn't need to be in the film. So it should have just been those two storylines, the whole Woody and Buzz thing and the Jesse and Bullseye thing. Like literally deleting that last storyline with the Buzz Lightyears would have given Woody and Buzz more time to shine, as well as the other toys that Bonnie had. But whatever. So so yeah, that's just how I feel. Is that all the flaws? I feel like there's one. No, there is one more. There is one more. But see, the thing is that even with the storyline about the Buzz Lightyears, finding out what their purpose is on this planet, we technically already had that with the first Toy Story film because Buzz at first didn't realize that he was meant to be a child's plaything until Woody helped him realize that. So again, it goes into my criticism earlier where where with Toy Story 5, it feels like we're doing the same thing again. Like we're just it's the same song and dance. So yeah, that just further proves my point that that storyline with the Buzz Lightyears could have just been separated entirely, and the film would have been much better for it. Yeah, and somehow the address of Jesse's old owner is on her boots or pants flap or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Like like how why does she have that address on her body, her clothes, sorry. Why did Jesse have that address on her clothes? It made no sense. Like that wasn't there before. I found that weird. It was extremely contrived. And what was also contrived was Jesse's um how the house of Jesse's old owner, Emily, was actually within driving distance. Like, huh? Like it's just magically there. It's conveniently there. Yeah. Like even though the original Toy Story movies didn't imply that the house was even in the same area. I don't know. I mean, technically I won't call it a plot hole, but it just seems so contrived. Like it's this house is like just it's right there, like right near where Bonnie lives. Yeah. Huh, okay, sure. If I were to guess, the whole subplot with the multiple tech Buzz Lightyears tied back to the into the film's themes of toys being abandoned and needing tech upgrades to survive. Either that or it was just something done to give Tim Allen some extra fun in the recording booth. I guess. I guess that's possible. But like it was just such a clumsy execution. Whatever. Um, are there any other negatives? Oh yeah. Okay, so Lily Pad, the main antagonist, was just not a very was just not a very good antagonist. I'm sorry, but she was not. I'm not sorry, but but she was not a very good antagonist. Like I'm sorry, but she was just so fucking boring. Like she was serviceable, but she was just not very interesting. Like I found all the other new toy characters more interesting than her. Like she was just I'm sorry, but she was just lame. I was like, ugh, like damn bitch, like what happened? Like I like the idea of her character. The concept was interesting, but the execution was kind of flat, just like her, by the way. Um, yeah, like she just wasn't very engaging. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like she had a personality, but I just didn't care for it. This might just be a me thing, though. But honestly, I don't see very many people talking positively about her character, so I don't know. Like she wasn't. She. I mean, she got the job as an antagonist done, but she was just lame. Like that doll character from Toy Story 4, the one who wanted Woody's voice box and kidnapped him so that she could get it, she was a more interesting character. She was an antagonist and she was a more interesting character. But with Lily Pad, she's just so basic. Like, damn, bitch, like, what happened? I mean, her redemption arc was cool, but even that was kind of just basic. Like, it was cool. Like, it was kind of cool, but it was just like not, just meh. Like she's just not very interesting. Maybe it's just me, but I also found it odd how the other buzzers just accepted that they were toys so quickly. Yeah, that just shows how pretty lame this storyline is. Oh, but they all have hotspots, apparently. I was like, Buzz Lightyears can have hotspots? What? Wireless hotspots? The fuck? What was that a thing? But whatever. Yeah, like they accepted that they were toys just so quickly. Like it took the original Buzz until the last third of the first movie for him to accept the fact that he was a toy. Yeah, like I said, this kind of storyline was already done in the first movie, but as you pointed out, Maple, it was done better. So I'm like, we why are we going through this again if nothing profound or interesting is going to come out of it? I expected Lilypad to be a much more evil villain, but never mind. She literally gave up in the middle of the movie. Right? Like I thought she was actually going to be a cool villain. Like that was what the trailer and the and especially the posters. Like I thought that was the vibe I was getting from them, but no, she's boring. It's just lame execution all around. Lame execution of this entire story. Some good parts, but damn, this story just annoyed the fuck out of me. It's like I liked it, but at the same time, I'm just so irritated that it could have been better. And I know it's not entirely Pixar's fault. I know it's not entirely their fault, but damn. Her being the villain would contradict the film's message of toys and techniques coexist with one another. Well, sort of. Well, sort of, because it's like because remember, Jesse was not happy about the idea of of technology, being a part of children's lives. She just wanted only toys to be a part of children's lives. So so Lilypad could be the villain and still allow that message to be present in the movie, where both Lily, Pat, and Jesse would be like, okay, so we can't just have one or the other because that's just not going to help. We can have both. So so I'm sorry, but Lily Pad was just not a very interesting character. Like she was just lame. She was just lame. But are there any other negatives I can think of with this film? Um, hmm. Damn, I have a lot of negatives here. So, I guess this, I don't know. I feel like, so there's this ongoing theme of tech versus toys, right? Now, the film obviously wants us to see that it's okay to have both. Like you can have both tech and toys. It doesn't have to be just one or the other. And I think the film does a decent job with that. I don't think it's great though. I don't think the execution was great, if I'm going to be honest. I didn't think the execution was great. It was decent, just not great. And I think it's because how do I explain this? I feel like it just could have been done a bit better. Like the message kind of took a it kind of took a backseat compared to the conflict of Bonnie not finding a friend and Blaze being able to find a friend. Not Blaze finding her as a friend. Like I feel like I feel like that whole message about tech versus toys was just kind of took a backseat to that plot point at one point. Like I felt like they could have. How do I explain this? I could be wrong though, but I feel like they could have leaned harder into that whole tech versus toys thing. But I think they did. I guess I won't put it as a negative because I'm not fully sure. I just feel like they could have been a bit. I feel like they could have been like. I feel like it could have been a bit more impactful than it was because like the film acknowledges that both toys and tech can exist, but I don't think that it pushes that message as strongly as it could have. I don't think it did that really. And I think part of that is because of all the storylines that just didn't need to be there. But whatever. Gee, stop trying to criticize this movie so damn much. Sorry, but that's just how I am. I criticize the fuck out of everything. I'm a very critical person. Yeah, I'm glad that the movie didn't go down the whole toys good tech bad message route because that would have been very simplistic and cliche and even hypocritical because we know Disney likes to sell toys and tech. But like uh, I guess I'll just leave that alone. I don't want to put down any plot points I'm sorry, any negative points I'm not fully sure about. But other than that, I did try to watch reviews and prepare for this rant stream. I don't know. I guess that's just one point I'm not fully sure about, so I'll just leave it alone. But I do like that the movie acknowledges that toys and tech can coexist because Jesse and Bullseye befriend the old tech toys, Smiley Pants, Hippo, and Snappy. So I do like that. And Jesse does work with Lily Pad at the end of the movie um to make things right with Bonnie because Lily Pad ended up messing up Bonnie's chances of making friends. But whatever. Okay, so the positives. Let's talk about the positives now. Well, I just said one. Like the theme of tech coexisting with toys was nice. I felt like the execution could have been a bit better, but it was nice. It was a nice theme. It was a nice idea. Like you can have both. You can have toys and tech. It doesn't have to be one or the other. At first, I thought they were going to go down the whole toys good, tech bad route, but I'm glad they didn't because that would have been stupid. So there was that, and of course, the animation was gorgeous. Like it was great. It looked like the animation, art style, like the visuals, everything. Like the movie looked great, really good. But it's Pixar and Toy Story. Of course, it's gonna look good. Like, but yeah, I liked how the movie looked. Like, and I really loved like those scenes where Bonnie and Blaze would play with their toys and act out certain stories in their heads. Like and the animation style would change. I loved how the animation style changed during those segments. Like it made the those segments more colorful and expressive and funnier. Like like you were actually watching a story come to life. I loved those. Like that really like the animation, the art style in this movie, how they were able to switch from regular Toy Story animation to those imaginary scenes. That was really cool. So yeah, the visuals are great. I like this, and like those imaginary scenes were funny. Like Bullseye actually having voice acting and being a villain, like that was peak. As well as Jesse and Buzz's like wedding scene. That was funny, especially when like when when there's a scene where like one of the other toys comes in and says that Buzz is supposed to be married to her, and then Jesse is like, Buzz, how could you? Then she comically slaps him. It was, oh my god, that was funny. Like, I love those scenes. They were just so great. And yeah, Bonnie is actually a more interesting character this time around. Not gonna lie, because in the fourth movie, I did not give a shit about her. I'm sorry, but she was such a nothing character in the fourth movie. But Bonnie was interesting this time around. Like there was more focus on her, and you could really understand her struggle to make friends because she was just too different. OMG, Buzz and Jesse finally kissed. Oh yes, I need to add that. Buzz and Jesse finally kissed. Let's go. It's like about time. Like it's like that Bad Guys 2 moment. If you know what moment I'm talking about, you know. I'm glad they did it here too. Like it's like yes, finally two characters that we've been waiting that we've been wanting um for them to kiss each other. Like those two characters that we've been wanting to for them to kiss, like they finally kissed. Thank God. You're stuck with me, deputy. And of course, I liked that Jesse was the main character this time. Like it was nice to go from Woody to Jesse. So it was nice. She got a good amount of focus and character development. Like I liked that the movie focused on her. And of course, her moment where she found that time capsule from Emily, um, where it was revealed that Emily named her daughter after Jessie, the toy, which was really sweet. So, and that was when Jessie realized that Emily hadn't forgotten about her, and she hadn't thrown Jessie to the side because even though she did let Jessie go at one point, Jessie still mattered to her because why would you name your child? Why would you give your child that name otherwise, right? So that was very sweet and heartwarming. So I'm glad Toy Story 5 existed for that reason, if nothing else. So Jessie finally got the closure she needed, where she finally realized that Emily didn't just toss her away. She let Jessie go, but clearly Jessie mattered to her, and Jessie was able to just let go and finally be at peace. So that was very nice. Anything else? I mean, the voice acting was great, but I mean, there's not much I can say about it. Well, I would say, well, it was great, but you can tell that a few of the voice actors are just not they're just not as good as they used to be. Particularly Jesse's voice actress. Like, well, you can say either nowadays, but like, yeah, like she still sounded good, but clearly she's losing her touch a bit. But to be fair, like it's been many years since the last. So it's been many years since the first few Toy Story movies, so I don't expect her to be like as great as she was back then because voice actors their voices can change. But and there were a few other voice actors that were serviceable but could have been better. But but yeah, overall the voice acting was still pretty great. Like Tim Allen and I forgot who played Woody, but like but Tim Allen who played Buzz and the guy who played Woody, they still got it. So Tom Hanks, that's what. Okay, thank you. Yes, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Yes, they still got it. Yeah, but you can tell that all these voice actors have aged. To be honest, Buzz and Jesse would make a cute couple. Totally, totally. And I'm glad they didn't change Jessie from what she was in the previous movies, unlike say Bo from Toy Story 4. Yeah, I wasn't fond of Bo. I at first didn't like Bo having that kind of character change, but I eventually accepted it. I think it was a cool way to like give her character more depth. Though it was a pretty radical change, and I can understand why some people wouldn't like it. How do you not know Tom Hanks? I forgot his name. It's been a while. But anyway, and Joan Cusack is 63. Yeah, the voice actress for Jessie. That's right. But yeah, as Sluggy Man pointed out in the chat, the movie was actually quite funny. There were plenty of funny moments, especially from the old tech toys, Smarty Pants, Hippo, and Snappy. They had some hilarious dialogue, especially Smarty Pants. Like, Smarty Pants, honestly, he stole the show. Like, this was his movie, not gonna lie. He stole the show. I liked his dialogue. And the dude acted so drunk on when even though he was really only on low battery. I guess that's being drunk to these kinds of toys, which I found funny. But once he was on full battery, he became sassy, and I loved that. I just loved him as a character. He was just so funny. Which brings me to my next point. The some of the characters that actually mattered, the relevant characters, were generally quite funny. and endearing. But yeah, like I liked those characters really. Jesse got some focus. I said Buzzeye. Bullseye got some focus. Um, Woody and Buzz didn't get a lot of focus, but I still liked them. Like they were still arguing like they still argued like they usually did, and that was entertaining. The old tech toys were entertaining. Lilypad not so much, but like generally I did like the relevant characters. The Buzz Lightyear toys were funny and endearing as well. Just Lilypad was just not one of the toys that I found funny and endearing. She did have a few funny moments, but she just wasn't very interesting. Not to me anyway. But yeah, the movie was all I want to go back to the previous point. The movie was quite funny. Like there are so many good jokes. Like there was only one joke where I found it so funny. Like Smarty Pants was bragging about himself, the and then his friend the hippo, like he was really about to say, because Smarty Pants was like he's meant to be a potty training toy. Like he's meant to help children potty train. And so, well, just after he bragged about himself, Hippo was literally about to say he'll wipe your ass, but Smarty Pants literally slapped his mouth shut before he could say the A word. It was so funny. That joke will make me laugh out loud. There are a few other funny moments like that, like where where like there was this one moment where Woody and Buzz, like while they were arguing, like Bonnie comes into the room and just slams them against the door by accident. Like the door hits them and smashes them into the wall. That was funny too. Like a lot of funny moments in this film, but yeah, like the humor was just great. Oh yeah, and Bonnie's new friend Blaze was great too. Like Bonnie was good in this film, but Blaze, I liked her even more than Bonnie. Like she was a funny character. I liked her. She was endearing, and she was a good friend for Bonnie. So yeah, this movie all around was just a huge step up from the last one. Oh, totally, totally, like no doubt about that. So I mean, again, I like the fourth one. I thought it had a cool message about learning to just let people go, letting your past go, stuff like that. Which the fifth one kind of also does, but yeah, like yeah, I think that's is that it for the positives? Because there are definitely more positives than negatives in this film, but the negatives are just hard to ignore. And they're not exactly few in number either. Let's see. Humor, acting, visuals, characters. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that I can't think of anything else positive about the movie, really. Toy Story 4 kind of gets worse for me in hindsight because, well, this movie existed, right? Like, this movie makes Toy Story 4 look bad. But hey, I mean, Toy Story 4 was technically good, but just not as good as Toy Story 5, which was not as good as the first two films. So, but yeah, I think that's all the positives. I actually did enjoy this movie, but I would have enjoyed it more if the negatives hadn't gotten in the way. Oh, Oh, hey, Daryl player, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm kind of afraid to go to Supergirl now. We could just end the stream right here. No, I'm kidding. We gotta talk about Supergirl. But I can't think. Are there any other positives you guys can think of for Toy Story 5 before I move on? It's kind of random, kind of not. Probably should have changed the title, but whatever. Yeah, I think that's it for um that for all the positives. So now it's Supergirl time. Oh Jesus. Okay. Oh Jesus. Where do I start? I'm gonna start with the negatives, but where do I start? Again, I like this film, but throughout the movie, I had the feeling that it just wasn't very good. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't very good either. And literally everyone is shitting on it. It's getting the Snow White treatment. Although I actually thought the Snow White movie was good. The live action remake, of course. But this, mm, mm, mm-mm. It's not good. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. So, um, I just, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of what, hmm, where do we start? Because there's quite a bit wrong with this movie. Hold on. Maple wrote something in the chat here. The most interesting thing about this movie for me was my experience at the early screening. Mostly because I was able to get into the special press tour seats. Oh, okay. And B, Dan Murrow, the former co-creator of Honest Trailers and Screen Junkies, was at that screening. Yeah, you wanted to take a picture, but you couldn't. That sucked. But man, it was quite a disappointment. Yeah, I liked the movie, but ooh, yeah, it was not good. Okay, where do we start? Where do we start? I guess we'll talk about the dialogue. It's bad. It was just very bad. Like, just terrible. It was bad. Like, there were some scenes where I was like, someone actually wrote these lines here? Like, there were many moments in the film where they tried to make Supergirl all, just like a smart mouth kind of person, sassy smart mouth kind of person. And I'm like, these lines are not as clever as you think they are. And really, like, the dialogue in general is just not very good. But Supergirl's scenes, her dialogue in particular is just terrible. Like, it, it's just like it's like the writer was just trying so hard to make her sound all cool and edgy and sassy. And I'm like, it's not working. It's not working. It's really not working. Like, clearly, whoever wrote the script had never written a superhero like this before. It's just shit. Like, damn. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this movie is based on a comic called Supergirl Wonder. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I've never read it, but yes, it is based on that comic. And apparently people just don't like the adaptation of it, and yeah, I can see why. So I've never read again, I've never read that story, but the original story, but yeah, this was just terrible. Like the writing was just overall very bad. The writing was just terrible. I'm sorry, but it was terrible. Just a number of things in the plot that made me scratch my head. Where okay, so I'm sorry, there's just a number of weird writing decisions in this film. Like, so for one thing, okay, so there's this scene where okay, so let me talk a bit about the movie first. So there's this antagonist who's generic as fuck. His name is Krem. And I'm only talking about the adaptation here. I don't know how he is in the original story. Maybe he's better there, or maybe in any other story he's better. I don't know. I'm talking only about this adaptation because I don't know this character's origin story or whatever. So there's this generic ass antagonist in this movie called Krem who kills people and takes their things, whatever, and he ended up killing this little girl's family, and this little girl ends up going to Supergirl for help, and Supergirl doesn't want to at first, but then Krem somehow finds Supergirl's ship and then shoots the dog with a poison dart or whatever, instead of just killing it outright for some reason. And then the dog has 3 days to live. It's crypto, by the way. Of course it's crypto. It's not gonna be any other dog. And Supergirl has to go and find Krem and get the antidote from him, so she agrees to help the little girl Al, whose name I can't be bothered to remember. Um, and yeah, they go on this journey to find Krem and take him down. And Lobo shows up because Lobo's cool like that, and he helps him out a bit, and then just screws off, which is fine. Like I don't care if he's not in the film for very long, but I did like his appearances, but because I like the character. But um, so I know Maple already knows what I'm going to talk about because the ending in particular is just very stupid. So let me talk about something else first because okay, so there's this one scene where Krem and his army of thugs or what the fuck ever are in the city and they're trying to they show up in the city at one point. I forgot what it was called. Um, somehow all the bride girls they captured. They've been capturing bride girls. Somehow all the bride girls that they've captured, um, they escape the ships, and then and then Kremlin's army try to hurry and get the girls back, but Supergirl and Lobo team up to take down all these hoes and free the girls. Although Lobo's really doing it to like just get back at Krem. Makes sense. But at one point Krem is about to Krem is about to like I think he's about to like end I don't remember what he was about to do, but like he's literally in the perfect position for that little girl that Supergirl that asked for Supergirl's help. She that little girl was literally about she was in the perfect position to kill Krem. She was about to kill Krem with the sword that she had from that was given to her from her family. Well, actually, it wasn't given to her. I don't think she just took it, but it was her family's sword. And she was about to kill him, but Supergirl literally just tackles her and says, "No, you can't kill Krem. It's gonna ruin you if you go down this path of revenge." And then Krem proceeds to kill one of the bride girls that had been kidnapped and her parents as well, and then fucks off in his ship, and then his army follows suit, and then they disappear. And I was like, Supergirl, you could have avoided that. You could have avoided that. You three people died because of you. And the little girl goes and calls Supergirl out on it, and rightfully so. Like, fam, you should have let you should have let that little girl kill Krem. You should have let her kill Krem. I think her name is actually Ruthie, the little girl. Let me look it up because I don't fucking. I'm kind of tired of just calling her little girl, but like that didn't need to happen. And I get it. Like there are stories where heroes per- refuse to kill villains, and those villains end up hurting other people. Classic examples of Batman and the Joker, but in those like they're in those stories, it's just not as annoying a trope. That trope's just not as annoying there, but here it's kind of annoying because like I feel like it didn't need to happen. Like Supergirl, if she could have just tackled Krem and captured him instead of just tackling her partner who was going to kill him. Because now Krem went, he got loose and then killed three people. Like you could have avoided that, Supergirl. Like it was such a stupid writing decision. But no, I guess we need a drama on how Supergirl fails to save people even when she tries to do the right thing. According to her, it's just so stupid. Let me look this up. Let me look up the little girl's name because I need to give her a name. So I have to keep saying little girl. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, her name is Ruthie. That's right. So, so yeah, Ruthie. So Ruthie calls Supergirl out on her crap, and rightfully so. And then they split up because, third act split and whatnot. But then they reunite on a fucking like Supergirl gets captured. Like, well, she enlists the help of some people in the city, and then goes to the place goes to a place where Krem and his gang um went to, but it's a place with a green sun and yellow sun, and unfortunately she gets weakened by the green sun, light from the green sun, and she's dying. Ruthie tries to help her, but she gets captured by Krem and her gang and his gang, and it's like, oh shit, I guess all hope is lost now. Oh, Lobo got captured too, but but like, what's so stupid about this is that like it's a planet with a green sun and a yellow sun. Like like the moment you saw it, you were like, oh, so she's not gonna die. She's obviously not gonna die because the planet has a yellow sun too. So it was so stupid. Like they put in a bunch of drama that didn't need to be there. It's like, oh no, is Supergirl gonna die? Obviously not. There's a yellow sun. Like, and it's like the film makes it seem like, oh, she's gonna die. Oh, all hope is lost. Oh, I mean, okay, I should say that clearly Supergirl wasn't gonna die. I don't think, and like obviously it's not gonna be one of those movies where the hero dies, but I just don't like the way they went about doing it. Like making it seem like, oh no, like how is Supergirl gonna get out of this one? She's trapped under the green sun. No, she's not. There's going to be a yellow sun, and it's going to make her powerful, which ends up happening anyway. So, like, all that dramatic tension just didn't need to be there. She didn't need to escape anything. She didn't need to like make a hard decision. The yellow sun just is just like, okay, here you go, and gives her a power up, and now she's badass again. It's just so lazy. Like, it just feels so lazy. And then there's the ending. Yes, the ending. Oh my god, like literally Kara, Supergirl, whatever you want to call her. She spends the whole movie making the point of not killing anyone, even villains. Like she tries to teach this lesson to Ruthie, who just doesn't, who eventually accepts it because Ruthie, like literally after Supergirl and Lobo defeat all the bad guys at the end. Like Krem is there on the ground, like unable to do anything. He's been beaten to a pulp. Ruthie's about to kill him, Supergirl's like, no, don't do it. Please don't do it. I won't stop you from doing it, but please don't do it. You don't want to go down this route. And Ruthie's like, okay, fine, I won't do it. And she walks away. And then Supergirl literally goes and takes Ruthie's sword and then kills Krem herself. And I'm like, bitch, why fuck would you do that? Like, you literally just spent the whole movie preaching to your partner about the importance of not killing. Like you wanted to go down the Batman route. And then you go and kill the guy yourself at the end. I don't have any words for how stupid that is. As like I don't have any words for how stupid that writing decision was. And I know and I can already guess what the reason was for such a decision because apparently what I'm thinking is that the writer was like, "Ooh, let's do a little plot twist at the end, just to throw people off." Because Kara's like all like, "Oh no, don't kill, please don't kill," and then and then it's like, "Oh, but wait, she's gonna kill him anyway because he has to die. He has to be punished." That's such juvenile, amateurish writing. Like that's straight up stupid, pathetic. It's like you could have just let Ruthie do it herself. I mean, I guess one can argue, oh, no, Supergirl just wanted to spare Ruthie the pain of having to do that herself. Still doesn't fix the flaw with the movie's writing. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Like, I could understand if Kara decides to kill Krem herself as if she didn't have a choice, but she totally did. They could have just done something similar, like in the ending of the comic, where Ruthie bangs Krem with her weapon, and then they could Krem with her weapon, and then they could send his ass to rot in jail for 300 years. FYI, in the comic, Krem is instead locked in the Phantom Zone for 300 years. When he is finally released as a repentant old man, he's met by an elderly Ruthie who hits him with her walker. He doesn't die from that, by the way. Gets left. He just gets a big mark, which apparently the writer of the movie did not know and actually thought Ruthie killed him. So this is what happens when you don't understand your source material. You get shit like this. You write shit like this, and people hate shit like this. So really, if the whole movie kind of feels like a waste of time, where it's like Supergirl doesn't want to doesn't like the idea of killing people, and even preaches it to Ruthie, and she just goes and does the job herself. It was so stupid. Even Tom King, writer of Woman of Tomorrow, confirmed that Krem didn't die from that sword stab. Okay, so the writer for this movie just fucked up then. Like, did they not have her read the original story carefully? I don't know what's going on. We're still on negatives? Yes, because there are that many in this film. The only way that Kara killing Krem could have worked is if you'd seen some sort of regret afterwards, or seen how much she is she had changed from that. Yeah, like totally. Like at least like have consequences for it. Yeah, she didn't change at all. She just didn't change at all. So, what was the point, really? I'm sorry, but the writing was just not very good. And I don't think something that I found really weird was the direction they took Supergirl's character in. For some reason, they made her somebody who just liked to live on red sun planets and just get drunk and party the day away and whatnot because of how greatly depressed she is. Which I understand because I understand her depression. Because she lost her whole family to kryptonite poisoning. But I don't know why they. Again, I haven't read the original story, so maybe it was like that there too. But I don't quite know why they decided to make her someone who was just basically a drunk and sloppy and just messed up. I just don't understand it because she comes off as this character who's seen so much shit and who's pretty cynical and who's just done with everything. But fam, you're only in your 20s. You have not experienced much. This is something that this kind of trope makes more sense with older characters, like characters that have actually gained a lot more experience. But Supergirl has not gained much experience, not as much as Clark, I should say. This it would make more sense to do this kind of thing with Clark than with Kara, because Kara is only in her 20s. Like really, she hasn't experienced much to be able for the writer to warrant her going down this self-destructive path. It was just weird. I don't know. I just found it weird that they went in that direction with her character. I don't know. The writing was just bad all around. It was also weird how the flashback sequences were arranged. They could have had nearly all of them at the very start of the movie, with only one or two for the rest of the movie. Yeah, they could have handled this. The pacing in this movie is a bit, like they they could have had the flashbacks play out in a better way. I just didn't like the way they went about doing it. But thankfully, it wasn't as obnoxious as some of the other stories I've seen, because some stories are even worse with flashbacks. It's because she watched her homeworld Krypton and everyone else she loved be destroyed right before her eyes, so she never really got to be raised on Earth with a lovely family like Superman. Yeah, but the thing is that the weird thing is that she was sent to Earth to live with Superman and to for them to be a family and live on Earth together. So maybe I should read the original story. Maybe it does a better job of explaining this. I just find it weird how she was sent to Earth to live a better life, basically, but here she is in space, just screwing around on red sun planets. Even Superman throughout the movie was even telling her, "Kara, please come back to Earth. I think you'd be happier here." So I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things I have to do some more reading into, but I don't know. I don't think the movie does the greatest job at explaining this kind of thing. But whatever. Anyway, so the writing is bad. The dialogue is bad. What else is bad? See, the Ryan is terrible. I could literally just split that into separate bullet points, multiple bullet points. I guess this is more of a no, no, actually, I do think it's kind of an issue. I would have liked to see Ruthie kick more ass because she does kick ass a few times, but most of the time it's really Supergirl doing it. I would have liked to see Ruthie kick more ass herself because, like, she has a sword. Let her use it. But she rarely uses it in the film. There's this one scene where she takes down a guard, one of Krem's guards, which is really badass, but like, and even Lobo was impressed by it, but like, that's literally almost all the fighting she does. I'm like, you have another character here. Like, you could be using her more. Supergirl doesn't have to do all the kick ass, like, all the ass kicking. Like, you could let Ruthie do more. The emotional connection works much better in the comics. Yeah, maybe I should read the comics because I don't think because apparently this is just not a good adaptation. I would understand Supergirl's character better if I read the comics. But yeah, Ruthie needed to kick more ass. Like she needed to kick more ass. I wanted to see more of her ass kicking. But no, Supergirl just does almost all the work. I mean, I'm fine with her doing most of the work, but please let other characters do more. Even the Black Adam movie got this right. Where it wasn't just Black Adam doing everything. Other characters helped out too. Other superheroes or even the other human characters actually did play their part in, taking down the big bad. But here in this movie, it's literally just Supergirl mostly. Like you have another character there, you could be using her more. She's just kind of there. I mean, I like her character, don't get me wrong. And she has a reason to be in the story, but she's just not used very much when it comes to combat. I wanted more of that. But hey, I mean, that one scene with Lobo, I guess that was nice. Just wanted more of that. But what else is there for negatives? We're still on the negatives, damn. So I'm sorry, but like um yeah, I was about to talk about the visuals. I was about to talk about those. The visuals. I literally just remembered them. The visuals are flat and uninteresting. Like the whole thing looks as if it had been filmed through some kind of sepia tone filter or whatever. I just it like the colors just look all muddy and flat and washed out. Like this film does not look very appealing. It just doesn't. I mean, I get it. DC is just not the greatest when it comes to live action movies compared to Marvel, who's usually pretty good about those. But damn, like the visuals here were such a letdown. The movie just did not look very good. Yeah, I'm sure the comic is gorgeous. Although comic books can have their fair share of poor visuals. But but like but I'm sure the comic for this the comic of the original story for this film had more colorful visuals. It wouldn't surprise me if that were the case. So no, I don't know what happened here. Like why were the visuals so lackluster? Even Black Adam had better visuals, not gonna lie. Black Adam actually did have decent visuals, but this movie, what happened, DC? Are there any other negatives? Because yeah, this movie I liked it, but it left a sour taste in my mouth. I can think of a few positives though. I mean, the action sequences were. Oh, I should probably wait. I don't want to go to the positives just yet. I just don't think Craig Gillespie is qualified in directing a big blockbuster. Yeah, clearly not. Clearly not. And the writer was not qualified in writing for this movie. Like, it was just a bad. Like, what? Who hired these people? Who hired these people? Who thought it was a good idea for them to write this movie? Honestly, If the movie had had better staff, I feel like it would not have bombed as much as it did. It just needed better staff, in my opinion. I mean, granted, it's DC, and the movie still might have come out as mid or whatever, but at least it wouldn't have been terrible. Like, some people should not be directing and writing. Like, poor directing and poor writing really ruined this film. Because this film didn't have such a bad concept, but the execution was just not good. And to think, James Gunn is putting her in charge of a Teen Titans and Wonder Woman movie. Oh, I heard about that. We are going to, yeah, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Like, please don't do that to Teen Titans and Wonder Woman. I like both. Please, please don't do that to them. They don't deserve that. They are iconic. The most iconic DC characters ever. Like, honestly, to me, the most iconic DC characters are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Teen Titans, and Static Shock. Those are the ones I care about the most because they're just that iconic. So please don't let that writer touch Teen Titans and Wonder Woman. Please don't. Please don't. James Gunn, what are you doing? Stop. It's even more baffling how James Gunn has constantly claimed that DC would not greenlight a movie unless they had a good script ready for it. Um, are you sure about that? Because Supergirl was had just a crappy script. Like a very crappy script. Like, I'm sorry, it was just crappy. And that the reason why they decided to make Supergirl the second movie of this new DC universe was because the script was just fantastic. What were you thinking, James Gunn? Like, I feel like he's gonna get fired at one point. I really feel like he's gonna get fired. I really feel like he's gonna get fired because this was such a huge fuck up. But speaking of the new DC universe, I feel like DC should not create any more universes. Like, I don't want them to go down the MCU route. I mean, technically they already kind of have, but like DC is better at handling, overarching universes than Marvel is because Marvel is just a hot mess with it. Like, they're just a hot mess when it comes to that kind of stuff. But DC is actually better about how their stories are organized and how they are connected because they actually put thought into that stuff. So I really don't think it's the best idea for them to make another universe right now because they already have some in play. They don't need another one. They don't need to go down the Marvel route. Like, DC, you're better than that. So please stop. Either James Gunn needs to write and direct these DC projects himself, or he needs to act as a strict producer for these movies. Yeah, either way, these movies would definitely be like the staff behind these movies would have to shape up. It doesn't help that Warner Brothers is about to get bought by Paramount and Gunn is about to have a new boss. Which thus far they are saying that the plan is to keep James Gunn intact at DC Studios until further notice. Oh God. Oh God. Am I out of water? Nope. Okay, good. Are there any other negatives I can think of? I mean, the writing was terrible. That's definitely multiple plot points from a bad ending to a generic villain. Um, to to other it was just a mess all around. So, but whatever. I think this is enough. Unless you guys can think of any more negatives, but yeah, I can't think of any other negatives. So let's go to positives. Well, this is gonna be hard. It shouldn't be that hard because I still like the film, but hmm, what did I like in particular? Hmm, Lobo. Lobo had a few cool appearances. I'm glad he was in the movie because I felt like the movie would have been like reviewed even more negatively if he hadn't been put in the film. That's how I feel. Like I feel like Lobo kind of kind of prevented the movie from being dragged even more than it already has been dragged. So yeah, Lobo he was cool. I wish he'd been used a bit more, but actually no, I think it's fine. The amount that of time that he had in the movie, I think it's fine actually. But I would have liked to see more of him personally, but I mean this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, Jason Momoa as Lobo. Perfection. Totally. I actually thought Millie Alcock herself made for a damn good Supergirl. Yeah, I agree. Actually liked her acting here. So Millie Alcock, yeah, she was a good Supergirl. Although I don't really like how I feel like people are treating her as a second Rachel Ziegler. How do you pronounce the bitch who who was the lead actress for the Snow White movie, the protagonist. Like I feel like people are trying to equate her to Rachel Zeke, and I'm like, no, it's not the same thing. I don't think it's the same thing. But Millie Alcock definitely does need media training. I will admit that. But I don't think it's the same thing. Yeah, she does seem perfect for this edgy version of Supergirl. I'm glad she got the role. She definitely did the role service. She just had shit material. She was basically like the Andrew Garfield of Supergirl. Like, you know how Andrew Garfield was a good actor, but he had crap material with the Amazing Spider-Man movies? It's the same thing here. Like, it sucks how there are actors out there that are great, or at least good or decent, but they're given crappy material. Yeah, there's no reason to make fun of the actress's looks because she's supposed to look a mess. Like this Supergirl is supposed to be a fucking mess. So I don't know what those people are talking about. Are there any other positives? I mean, I guess the action sequences were cool. Not the greatest I've ever seen, but they were cool nonetheless. They were enjoyable. I liked watching them. So there was that. Not a lot of positives though. Any other positives? But yeah, Supergirl kicked a lot of ass in this film. I liked her action scenes, her superpowers, her all her physical blows and shit, her lasers, her flight. Like she kicked ass, a lot of ass. So it was fun watching her beat up Krem and his goons and shit. The action was just okay. Yeah, again, it's not the most impressive action. It wasn't the most impressive action scenes that I've ever seen. They weren't the most impressive action scenes, but I thought they were cool. Yeah, the flashbacks were well done, but they could have been placed better. I guess that's another negative I can add. The pacing could have been better. But the but the flashbacks were nice because they were well done. They just needed to be placed better. Like they should have like been pushed towards the front of the movie. But like I can understand not wanting to like dump a bunch of exposition onto the audience. Like what a lot of amateur writers do, like they dump a bunch of expositions on the audience towards the beginning of the story, or even throughout the story. I guess the writer wanted to avoid that kind of thing, but like you still could have handled these flashback sequences a bit better. Yeah, the action. I guess I'm giving a bit too much credit for the action. Like, I guess I should say they were all right. Like again, they weren't like the best action scenes I'd ever seen, but I did enjoy them. I thought they were kind of cool, but really, like I've seen more impressive action scenes from from pretty much a lot of other Marvel movies, like just a lot of Marvel movies, and I think even Black Adam had better fights, action scenes. So yeah, this movie is a bit of a letdown at that point, but I mean the action scenes do work. They're okay. They work. Could have been better, but they work. Only a few pauses of this movie? Yeah, because it just wasn't very good. I mean, it bombed for a reason. Normally, movies bomb for very good reasons. Bad movies, like yeah, the movie was pretty mid throughout, but then the ending was just like, nope, fuck you. But yeah, you can tell that whoever wrote the movie had never written anything before because I'm seeing signs of amateur writing all over the place, from the poor ass dialogue to the poor use of certain characters to the dumbass ending. It's just this movie could have been good, or at the very least decent. I feel so bad for the actress because like this movie's getting torn left and right, and she's just having to deal with that. I feel bad for any actor that has to deal with that. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. This movie just sucks. Sort of. It sort of sucks. Like the writing, it's mostly the writing that just annoys everyone, and rightfully so because it's just not very good. Oh, I didn't even put the ratings on. Let me see. Well, before I do that, let me change the title to Rantstream because it's technically kind of not random. So I'll just rename it to just Rantstream. Let's just call it Rantstream. But let me go ahead and give my ratings on um on the movies. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, Toy Story 5 was good, but it was not necessary. Supergirl was mid, but it could have been so much better with proper staff. So ratings. Let's see. Ratings. Okay, so Toy Story 5. What do I give you? What do I give Supergirl? On a scale from 1 to 10, what do I give you, Hose? What do I give you, Hose? Again, Supergirl is nowhere near the worst superhero movie ever, or even the worst one in recent memory. It's just such a downer and such a missed opportunity considering the source material. Kind of reminds you of how they fumbled the ending to the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Agreed. Like, yeah, it is a letdown because this movie could have been good. Supergirl could have been good, but it just didn't have the right staff behind it. Like, it had a pretty decent budget. Like, I'd say good budget even. $186 million dollars at most is nothing to sneeze at, but like, it's like, it's like you have that much of a budget and you fuck this up somehow still? Like, I don't get it. And it had good source material to work off of, so I don't know what happened, but actually I do know what happened, but it's just a pity. It's a disappointment. Yeah, I'd rather watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Supergirl, I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather watch that over Supergirl. Because The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just more interesting to watch. But it is what it is. What can you do? So let me see. Toy Story 5, what do I give you? What did I give Toy Story 4? Okay, well, Toy Story 5, I guess I'll give you, what do I give you? I don't think you deserve higher than an 8, but I don't think you deserve less than a 7. Hmm, I guess 7.5. Yeah, I think that's a fair score. Supergirl. Ooh. Um, hmm. That one's gonna be hard. I guess I'm tempted to just say 5 out of 10, not gonna lie. I don't think it deserves a 6. Because a 6 would imply that it's decent and it's not. I'm just gonna give it I think less than a. Let's see. I'm trying to think. So I believe the score should be like between 3 and 6. I was gonna give it a 5, but I feel like a 5 is too generous now. Hmm. I guess I'll just give you a 4 out of 10. Yeah, sorry, the movie is just that bad. Supergirl 2 out of 4 stars, so like 5 out of 10 basically. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but then I was like, mm, no, I'm gonna give you an even lower score. Again, I liked you, but not that much. Damn, like you had that 5 out of 10 for Supergirl, and then it went. No, I'm sorry, not 5 out of 10. Like more like, I guess you could say 5 out of 8. Yeah, 5 out of 8. But which is like what, 62.5%. So like, damn, that's like 60. So like basically 63% rating. That's a 63% rating. But then you knocked it down to 50%. Damn. Like, damn, just damn. With me, I just knocked it down to 4 out of 10. I give TS5 a 6 out of 10. I give TS5 a 3 out of 4 stars. Okay, those are fair scores. I'm gonna give TS5 a 7 out of 10. I changed my mind. Well, no, see, the thing is that, like, no, I would give Toy Story 4, like, a 7 out of 10. So Toy Story 5 would give me, like, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I know that's only a point 5 difference, but um, I don't know. I don't think it deserves an 8, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna leave it at 7.5. It might be better. I do consider it better than Toy Story 4, but not by a whole lot. But anyway, that's just me. So yeah, Toy Story 5, 7.5 out of 10. Supergirl, 4 out of 10. Let me just let me just emphasize the not here. Toy Story 5 was good, but it was not necessary. Okay, done. So you bumped up Toy Story 5 score, but you lowered Supergirl's score, which is totally fair. I understand, Maple. Totally fair. Yeah, Toy Story 5 did. It does feel like a movie we do need right now, if I'm going to be honest. If you ignore the fact that it's the fifth installment. But that's it. Damn. Oof. What a stream. Would have been done 90 minutes earlier, but shit happened, unfortunately. Almost 2 hours earlier, really, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm a bit tired, but not super tired. After this, I'm going to eat something and then go to bed. Probably should have eaten something before the break, but I really was during the break, sorry, but I really was not feeling hungry, so I didn't want to like just eat and then potentially waste food. But it's whatever. I'm just gonna have a light snack and then go to sleep. But anyway, that's that. That's the end of the stream. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad I did this rant stream. But seriously, James Gunn, honey, get your shit together. Yeah, what is he doing? What are you doing, dude? You're gonna get fired. Like I said, you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired at this rate. Do better. Like really, all this movie, just the Supergirl movie, all it needed was just a better director and a better writer. Don't hire people that only have one writing credit under their name. Let them build up to big. blockbuster films like this. Like if this had been just a lower budget film, with like a lower budget film with with less important characters, okay, whatever. But like this was a big blockbuster film, fam. It was supposed to be like there was a Superman movie last year. Like Supergirl was supposed to be as big as that movie, but it bombed. It bombed. Like James Gunn, you fucked up. Like damn, you screwed up, man. Do better. Do better. And Disney, stop making your animators release movie after movie after movie when they have already finished their storyline. Like we don't need anything else after Toy Story 3. We want more Toy Story films, reboot the franchise and stop wasting our time. That's all I'm gonna say. Better hope to God the Superman sequel next year, Man of Tomorrow is able to deliver. Oh, I hope so, because after this box office bomb, we like James Gunn had better hope that the next Superman movie does well. Because if it doesn't, I feel like if he screws that one up too, he's just gonna be let go. Like DC is just not gonna deal with him anymore. They're not gonna deal with this shit anymore. Because he's screwing things up. And Clayface being an unexpected hit in October would be nice as well. Yep. It's been fun ripping Toy, Toy Story 5, Toy Story 5 and Rockstar apart. Holy, especially Rockstar. Oh my god, Rockstar, you are so stupid. Get it together. And also the Supergirl movie. Yeah, that too. Like, yeah, like just stupidity all around. Incompetent stupidity all around. Even, to be honest, even if DC fires James Gunn, Marvel will likely just rehire him. Oh, well, if Marvel rehires him, I feel like it's going to get even worse. Because the MCU is already a mess. We know this to be true because Marvel feels the incessant need to connect every story with every other story. They can't just let stories be standalone stories like DC does. It's so stupid. And like so having James Gunn like be in an already messy company, I feel like that's just going to lead to even more disaster. Ugh, God, my head hurts from talking about the hot mess that was the Rockstar GTA 6 fiasco. I just, I don't know, like the bar with Rockstar is so low at this point, but somehow they managed to disappoint everyone. How do you disappoint everyone? After you've already disappointed them multiple times, you would think, okay, Rockstar, you're finally gonna release GTA 6. We can pre-order it. We're good to go. Oh, except we can't buy it physically. But you're gonna have physical boxes, containers with digital code in them. Fuck off, Rockstar. You don't care anymore. You just don't. It's Spider-Man Brand New Day looks cool though, although it's somehow they keep trying to keep Sadie Sink's character a secret when it's literally already been leaked and confirmed. I don't know either. I don't know. Oh god, I'm tired. But at least I got the Rantstream done. How long have we been ranting for? Oh, that long? Oh, almost three and a, oh, well, almost 4 hours technically. If you don't count the break, it's almost three and a half. Is there anything else I can talk about before we go? Because I think that's it. Rockstar is taking a page out of the same book as Rocksteady marketing Arkham. Basically. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I misread that. Not you weren't talking about Rockstar. You were talking about Rocks. You were talking about just Rocksteady. My bad. But but yeah, it does feel like that what they're doing with Sadie Sink's character is the same thing as what they're doing with the Arkham Knight. It's like we already know who the character is. You don't need to hide it. Okay. And Paramount marketing Star Trek Into Darkness. Damn, like that's just sad. But I'm not surprised. Paramount's been a mess. Anyway, that's all I have too. Are there any other things that we can? Okay, let's see. We ripped apart Rockstar. We ripped apart Toy Story 5, and it complimented it. We ripped apart Supergirl. Let's see. We ripped apart Shrek 5, Ice Age The Boiling Point, Hexed, Not Alone. Um, we pointed out that video game stores are refusing to sell GTA 6, certain ones anyway. And of course, I talked about all the games I bought. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'll let you know how I feel about Minions and Monsters tomorrow. Okay, good, because I'm very curious about that movie. Hopefully it doesn't end up being terrible, but you said that people have been saying positive things about it, so we'll see. Yeah, thanks for giving us another stream cheat. Oh, you guys are welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to do these for you. I am. I'm happy to do these for you. It's just nice talking with you guys and catching up on things. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm on vacation this week. So yeah, I've just been, chilling and relaxing. I don't know if I'll stream any games this week. I was thinking about it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm on vacation for the whole week. Yeah, it is nice because I could definitely use it. But yeah, like I think that's it um for things to talk about. I'm about tired now. I need to head to bed. Yeah, same here. Same here. All right. So if no one has anything else to talk about, I guess I'll just go ahead and end the stream. Good night, Maple. Thank you for coming. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this rant stream. This was actually quite fun. Sorry about the huge delay. Sorry, my plans just got fucked up, but it's okay. It's okay. We still managed to have a good rant stream, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm 215, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, deuces and goodbye. And again, thank you all for being here. Bye.